Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Super Fantasy Survivor 50 Draft. Your host, Super Fun Kevin!
Hey there, everybody. This is Kevin from Survivor Super Fun Time Show, and I'm with my two good buddies that have been part of the Survivor Fantasy Draft before in the past. From the Coco Tribe from Survivor 43 of the beautiful Lindsay, Carmine, and the also beautiful James Jones from season 43. And we have another season of Survivor Fantasy Draft. It's going to be so fun, so cool. I'm in on this one myself, so I don't have to just heckle. I can chat with these fine folks, and it's going to be a really awesome time. So thank you both for joining today on this draft. It's going to be great.
Thanks for having us. Oh, shoot. I feel like my voice is on the show. Lindsay, you talk. I'm joking.
I like it.
You got up in that. The microphone was practically touching your larynx.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm actually really excited to play with both of you, especially because one of the things I love about James, and I feel like his input I value a lot, is because I know that James kind of watched the show as it came out in real time, like I did. And so to have an entire cast of like players that we didn't have to like go and research or look up information about, because we not only like watched them play, but like they were on the cover of our newspapers and the cover of our TV guides and all of that stuff. And so we've grown up with them kind of in the spotlight. They were always on talk shows and stuff. So it's going to be fun to be able to see, to see if some of the players that we loved back then are going to be the same type of player now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is going to be an interesting season, because this is going to be like the first season since the new era started where there isn't going to be, oh my gosh, you're a big threat, you have to go. Like everybody on the island has gone deep or has had a chance to win. So I feel like I don't know what it's going to hold, but I think it's going to be good, and it has no choice but to be good. And also I feel like people like have their own egos, like, and no one wants to actually be that first one, second one. I feel like everybody there like at least wants to make the merge. Then like I think you have those goals, and it's going to be cutthroat at the beginning, because no one that goes on this show wants to be the first one out at all. So,
yeah, how depressing. If you're the first one out on a big season like this, where there's a big celebration. I mean, a lot of these new era folks, it's been so long since there's been a returner season that there's probably, I don't know, would you say there's more or less pride for the new era folks who are like, this is my second crack, may never happen again, or some of these OG folks who played twice already? And, is it just another rodeo for them, or is it like, listen, this is make it or break it?
No, I have thoughts, and I think I can speak with a little bit more confidence, because I can't remember if I like read it or heard it somewhere, but somebody said that they had asked the players after they returned from 50, some of the old school players, if the new era, the old era was harder. And people said across the board that the new era was harder, which I got really excited about. But it's going to be interesting to see if some of these players can like hack it in a new seat in the new era. And I say that because two reasons. These old school players are used to like breaks. They're used to being able to have like time off, days off. And they're also used to being able to establish a relationship. You've got the Colbys, the Jennas, the coaches. Like when you're playing a longer game, coach becomes endearing. He becomes somebody that like you fall in love with. Whereas like, I don't know, if he comes in hot and heavy and he's doing his coach thing, like it might rub people the wrong way, because they don't have enough time to fall in love with him. I don't know. It's going to be fun.
So I think the new era, all right, put like this, right? If the new era, I feel like it's harder from a strategic standpoint, that everybody that in the new era, their baseline is better than old school players. It's a fact. Season 9 Survivor, whatever place they were at, the average player knowledge was not as high as the average player in the new era. Like, it's just kind of by fact, though, there wasn't a game to study. There wasn't all these mechanics. It just isn't. So that in itself is going to make it harder for old school players coming back, where there aren't anybody you can pick on. There's not anybody that doesn't know what they're doing. Everybody out here really is like a player, and it kind of has a new school kind of mentality to it. Even the Angelina or Christian Hubicki, you aren't new school, or kind of new school. Rick Devens is kind of new school. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything goes.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree, because I mean, even, you know, probably the person who I think a lot of people of the new era picks, that would probably be the one that I'd say like has the best like foot in and foot out of new era and old era is probably Joe. If I had to guess, Joe Hunter. And even then, his baseline is still higher than most of the OGs. So I think you're pretty dead on about that there, James. And I'm really intrigued how it factors into the tribal breakdowns as we talk about the picks and, you know, who's eventually going to make it to the end, how much old school is going to work with new school. I'm very pumped about it, because there's a lot of people who are not overly thrilled with the cast. I'm pretty thrilled with the cast. I really am.
All right.
I am. Lindsay, do you have a possible differing thought on that?
Yes,
Right,
I do. Right. I do, and I think you're going to see that with my picks. So,
okay.
I instead of giving like broad, sweeping generalizations, I think me giving you my opinion on each one is probably going to be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So. You know, because ultimately, so I guess I can lay it out here, but if anyone's looking, you know, you can see we have all the different rounds. For some reason, I have round 6 3 times, but it's really actually 6, 7, and 8. We're all going to get 8 picks, and the order is going to be Lindsay 1, James 2, and Kevin 3. We're going to go snake style, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, 7, 5, 8, round. So I know Lindsay's going to end up with the first pick. So that means she can get anyone she wants of the 24, which is going to be great. But based on what she said, I don't know. Am I going to have to pencil in, you know, like Jerry Manthe as a write-in vote, or like Jesse Lopez to make this better? I don't know, you know?
I mean, look, like I said, I think you'll see my opinions form as you see my picks. Now, if you guys see me looking down at my phone, it's only because I like to be able to look at the tribe collectively. Like right now, I'm trying to figure out which tribe I think wins the Marooning Challenge in order to know like who I want to go with first. So,
well, that's true, because that's probably going to be who's going to get supplies and stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's going to be true new era, that's probably what's going to go down. All right. So it's good. It's a good thought. I like the rumination of the strategy so far. I will also add in real quick before the picks start. I shared with James and Lindsay right before this. A quick snapshot for the points. Basically, it's this. It's if you do well, you get points. We added 1 or 2 more categories this year just to add variance. But essentially, you get a point for placement advance. So basically, for every position you advance, you're going to get a point. So if coach is voted out second, you have coach, you're going to get 2 points. If Savannah wins the game, you're going to get 24 points for Savannah. All right, because she is the 24th person to last throughout the game. 2 for winning an individual immunity, 0.5 for getting team immunity, 2 for finding an advantage / idol, 2 for playing the idol, whether you're right or wrong. And you're going to get 3 bonus ones if you play the idol correctly, which means you save yourself and someone else goes. Not if you get 1 vote. That's useless, right? From there, 0.5 minus from your total if you lose your vote, if the player loses their vote. It says 3 points for winning Survivor, but I'm actually going to bump it to 5. That's a pretty big one. I don't want that to be equal with playing an idol correctly. That's lame. So it's actually going to be 5 and 0 if you get pulled from the game or you quit. So a bit of a gamble, but this is the rough rubric you'll be working with.
All right.
All right. So without further ado, Lindsay Carmine.
Yes.
You have the first pick in the draft, and you have to tell us who was going to be your top horse in this race and why.
It's Christian.
Christian?
It's Christian.
Why Christian?
Christian.
Why Mr. Hubicki?
I'm not sure I can tell you right now. It's part of my strategy. So,
okay.
Look, Christian's just so likable. He should have won the game the first time. I think David versus Goliath by far has one of the best casts, not only in terms of just personality and character, but I think in terms of gameplay. And I think if Christian can play his cards right, I think he can fly under the radar long enough to be able to win some individual immunity challenges. I mean, he did pretty well in his season. I can't remember if he won a ton, but I know that he came close. So, and I also think he's been training for this for a really long time. And then didn't he just announce that he's got some exciting news? I don't want to say it if
he did.
Okay.
In preseason interviews, he basically said it's kind of like a bullet in the chamber. Like, by the way, I'm gonna have a kid, but they don't know that.
Yes.
So that is a useful piece. To
all this to say, I think he has new motivation to go out there and win. He's leaving Emily behind for a little bit, and I think that's going to give him even more reason to want to play hard, bring home the win.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's an
and
interesting
he's just really good at
point
Survivor
that you say right there about Christian. So he's on the same tribe as like Emily Flippin. Are his brains going to be as important when you have Emily Flippin around?
I can't make comments about that.
Okay. That's fair enough. That's all part of the strategy, right?
Well, because if I give you an opinion on Emily, it may sway how you guys either pick her or don't pick her.
That's true. Okay. You can tell, you can
this
comment
is a little
on
tough.
it. You can comment on it maybe when it gets back around to
That's
you.
the plan.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So Christian Hibicki, the number 1 draft pick, off the board. And now we move to James, who's going to be taking who?
Charlie
from Survivor 46, the Lost Son. Why Charlie?
I feel like he's going to be good at puzzles. I don't think that he'll be viewed in the physical threat bucket, but he does run marathons, is in great shape, super smart, and I think he's not going to be threatening to anybody on his tribe per se. That's it.
Okay, so you're looking at the makeup of the Callow tribe. And
yes,
you see him kind of slotting in there pretty well, being kind of like a middle piece that kind of brings people together, possibly.
Yeah, I think he's possibly could be the swing in there, with people sticking together, old school, new school, or kind of if the guys and Chrissy want to get together and just pick up new school girls. It's kind of just like, I think he's going to, ingratiate himself to everybody, and he's good at challenges, very athletic, and I think it's good to be unassumingly athletic in this show. And so there we go.
I mean, let's go ahead and let's keep that photo up here for a second.
Sure.
It's a great pick because you've got Charlie and Coach. Charlie's going to feed Coach's ego. You've got Mike White, they're going to bro out and laugh, and they both have like a similar sense of humor. Him and Jonathan are going to bro out. Him and Dee, all the girls, they're all going to get along. And then Chrissy's going to look at Charlie as like, a younger son. So I think that was a great pick, James. I'm glad you took him from us because he was one of my top 3.
I mean, Charlie getting second once again, it feels right. From here, I have to admit, looking at it, Charlie's the kind of player that I think you could probably throw in any season and in any tribe, and he'd probably be okay. I'm very curious how the prior relationship piece will play a factor because Charlie and Tiffany will be on the same tribe together for 46. I don't know if that'll help or hurt, but I'm intrigued. But what we do know is, kind of like Lindsay was saying, Coach is like besties with Ben Katzman, and Ben Katzman is besties with Charlie. So I'm curious if they'd all intersect, but who knows with Coach? He's a crazy man.
Oh man.
Really?
Absolutely.
I mean, I feel like that stuff goes out the window. I mean, you get out there, I think it's there, but Tony didn't pregame, he won 50, so, and everyone else did. So at the end of the day, take that for what you want.
Yeah. No,
I would be more worried about old school alliances than new school.
Oh, really? Do you think the old school folks will probably stick to their alliances more tightly, and new era is like, listen, I'll move it around. I don't care.
I mean, look at the way Ethan played in season 40.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's harder for them to be disloyal. I think it's harder for them to turn on players, where I think new school, they're playing a faster game. So like the guilt doesn't get to them. It's just, it's like, what's it called? Block voting, voter blocking, where you just like.
Oh,
but I also think with that season, like they had like super long relationships. They really have real relationships. I feel like a lot of people here have relationships and they've cultivated them, but they didn't have enough time to kind of like build, like if like they did outside of the game there. Like it wasn't like their second or third time seeing this person here or there, right? So I mean, I think the game's going to be fluid. I just think it really just depends. I feel like everybody's going to go in there and say, you have all your ideas, you get put on different tribes, and then after that happens, then you start thinking, I'm just trying to make it to merge.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, everything kind of goes out the window.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm actually really excited about, because I think you're right. But, you hear these stories about Survivor All-Stars and what the experience was for these players experiencing returning for a reality show for the first time, because that was like an unheard of concept to come back and play the exact same game with people who played before. And they didn't know how to navigate it. And we have a bunch of new era people, at least, who maybe they'll get some advice, but like they don't know, thankfully, I think they're more prepared for that, to be able to go through those relationships. They're not going to be Ethans who get stuck in that mindset. And I think it's going to serve them so much better. So I think you're all right about that.
Yeah.
Well, enough talking about your great picks. Instead, we're going to go for mine. And I've decided that for my third pick, since I have back-to-back, we're going to start off hot with one that I don't necessarily think is going to win me the game, but I think they're going to be steaming hot at get me points, which at the very least is what I'm looking forward to at the moment. And that one is going to be from Survivor 48, my dear baby boy, Joseph Hunter. I think he's going to wear the necklace at some point. I think the OGs are going to love him. I think everybody's going to think he's some dopey guy who, for some reason, thinks you can play the game with honor and get through it that way. And they can try to drag him to the end and do what Kyle did to him last time. I don't know about that. I think he's got a little killer streak in a little bit, where he may actually take this game away entirely and get a W. I think he could. He just needs to adapt a little bit. What?
So I mean, now that you picked him, I can give you my opinion. You don't think that people watched his last game and they're gonna know this good guy thing he's got going on?
No, I think they know he's got this good guy thing going on. I think he is a good guy.
I mean,
I think they just want to take advantage of it and they want to play with him.
I don't think it's a take advantage thing. I think like being steady and not like rocking the boat is like a positive thing for most like solid strategic players. Like even if
didn't he get a little weird at the end of his season?
I don't think it got weird as Kyle and Camilla just played a really good game. Like Joe didn't play a bad game. He stuck true to, he just Kyle outmaneuvered him. I mean, in a regular season, and Kyle and Camilla normally get found out, or Kyle tries to snipe Camilla, Camilla tries to snipe Kyle. Like they just like outmaneuvered Joe. They had the move at the merge. They had the subtle relationships, and they had better relationships because they weren't seen as the power people. Like when you're not seen as the power people.
Didn't he have like a day or two where he started to like unravel because he didn't have control? I remember I just had like a bad taste about him at the end, and I can't remember what it was that he did.
I don't know if it was unraveling. I just feel like, again,
you guys know what I'm talking about?
I feel like he kind of got into it with a couple of people, but that kind of happens when you're in the like power position.
That's fair.
And everybody else kind of knows you're in a power position. You know you're in a power position. It's hard to build authentic relationships because everybody knows you're in power. So whenever I come to talk to you, I know I'm not going home, and you know you are. So it's kind of an awkward position to say we're equals and we're talking. That's not how I think
So from what I just to add context, I guess from what I recall, that probably the biggest thing was like James said, Kyle and Camilla outmaneuvered him, which is a shame. But part of that outmaneuvering, I think, was Kyle was basically like, "Listen, bro, Shaheen's coming for you," and Joe's response to that, instead of like talking to Shaheen about it, he basically said like, "I know what you're doing," and Shaheen's like, "Could you fill me in? Because I don't know what I'm doing," and like Joe wouldn't talk it out with his ally, kind of the classic, like, your ally's coming for you. Then like the simple thing is to just say like, okay, I'm going to go talk to my ally. And Joe didn't do that. Instead, he kind of froze out his ally and Shaheen.
I think that's what happened. It was just, thank you for reminding me of that. But I remembered like, I was loving Joe. And then I was like, oh, there it is. Like, there it is. It's that moment where like, you kind of see behind the curtain. I don't know.
He definitely, he had a moment where he felt his power was being threatened or his safety was being threatened, and he probably didn't respond as well as he could have.
I mean, I'm in no place to talk about response. So, and James is right. He's like, you're out there for so long, you're in a power position, you're going to have a day or two.
Absolutely.
A moment or two, an hour or two. Yeah.
And, part of his story was also like, it was like, I guess, coming to terms with his sister who passed due to domestic violence incident. And that was like part of him making peace with it on the beach. And I don't know how close those were together and how much it got to him. I'm not totally sure. I mean, the only like, I guess, sideways thing he did in the game that I can recall was when David, big muscular milk drinking David, looked like he was trying to turn on the rest of the alliance, Kyle and Camilla, rightfully so.
Yeah.
And Joe was just like, I'm not down for that. And then they basically turned on David. But other than that, pretty straightforward. And I think it's going to be an endearing thing for Joseph, personally. That's just how I roll about it. But at the very least, I think
tomorrow I'm going to be messaging you about this when I look it up. All right. I'm just saying.
I can't wait. And when I'm holding the trophy at the end of the season, I'm also going to be messaging about this too. All right. So that's my first pick wrapped up. And then at the turn, going into my first pick of the second round, pick number 4 overall. Even though I don't want to choose the same people from the same tribe, I hate doing it. I cannot let this person out of my grasp. Okay. My next choice to the super fun team is financial analyst Emily Flippin. Welcome to the super fun squad.
That was a good one.
Yeah, so this is my actual winner pick for the season. Okay. Will she win? Don't know. I think she's in a good spot where she could. I think there's a lot of really smart people around that could shield her brains. I think there's going to be bigger threats, particularly on her tribe, which I'm going to have to pull up in a second just so we can get that visual here of what
I'm looking at it now.
It's great. The number one right away, the person everyone should be getting rid of immediately, but I have a feeling they won't. And I'm not afraid to say this before the pick happens. Should definitely be Suri. And for some reason, I have a feeling that Suri's possibly even going to want to work with her, and she's going to want to work with Suri. And like Christian's a big brain threat. Ozzy and Joe are the challenge threats. Devin's huge personality. Suri's the legend. Savannah is the unknown. Like there's so many people that I think are going to shield her, and she can slip right through for such a long time. And I just feel so good about it. She may not win a lot of challenges, but I think she can win the game. And that's what I'm excited about.
Do you think her and Suri are going to get along or rub each other the wrong way?
I think
they're going to rub each other the wrong way.
Oh, no way. I think they'll get along. I think Suri loves practical people, and I think Emily does too. Plus, she probably idolizes Suri just like everybody else. Everybody does the same stupid thing and tries to work with Suri rather than get rid of her. And it'll probably happen again.
James, what do you think?
I think Suri's a good person to work with. I mean, I feel like Suri.
No, I'm not asking about
happening to James too.
Good to work with.
No, I feel
mean, do you think Suri's going to get irritated by Emily?
I feel like Suri is like this person that just personal interactions. I'm biased, but I feel like she's so situationally good with people, like in the one-on-one and in the group, and like naturally, like no one is going to think the that she's going to be a physical threat at the merge. So you kind of have, she always has these two things going for her. One, she's going to make the practical decision. So if you're a solid player with a practical argument, it's a good chance you can get her to vote with you. Two, when you get to the merge, she's almost like somebody you think you can always take out, but can get you further in the game, right? So the biggest issue is if you get into these challenges and they're physical and they're like, we need to cut bait. So, I mean, yeah, I think that's kind of the game. And her game is like trying to navigate those end rounds if she gets there, which is hard to do.
Yeah.
So you really think Emily and Suri won't get together, huh, Lindsay? Okay.
No.
All right. So who from this tribe, just for fun? Well, maybe it'll compromise your picks. I'm not sure.
It is. I can't.
Okay. Then I won't. Then we will not talk any further. But I'm happy to say I'm happy to welcome Joe and Emily to the Super Fun Squad on this round of picks. And that since we're going backwards, we have to wait one more go before it's back to Lindsay. But it's now on James to pick his second player for the draft.
I'm going for the win. So let me go for Kyle.
Kyle, you're hoping for
Good
a two-time winner?
I mean, I think Kyle is like Kyle is a player that is going to play practically, like good, bad, or indifferent. That's going to be valuable. He's also a bright, shiny target. So at the end of the day, he's another player that may get to the 7-8 and then has to try to navigate how to get further. So hopefully a big group of threats. And that's the way he played before with playing with big threats. So I don't think this game is going to be a game that is going to be as much different for him as it was before.
So I guess my quick question, unless it's exposing too many thoughts, are you choosing Kyle of the winners because you think he may be the winner that's in the least amount of trouble of the three?
I feel like I'm looking at tribe strength. I'm looking at tribe dynamics, like who's going to make it to merge. You know, that's what I'm thinking about most, first and foremost. So who's making it merge? Merge get a chance to get individual immunities. Making it a merge means you probably won some, challenges. So that's my thoughts.
Makes sense. I love it. I love Kyle as a pick. He's great.
Do you guys feel like in a game where we said there's 3 winners, do people care anymore? Like now that we're at season 50, does it really matter whether you've won the game when you're any of these other players?
To the extent of how far further it gets you in the game. I mean,
no, I mean, like, do you think people are immediately going to look at Dee and Kyle and Savannah and be like, well, they won, they're an immediate threat? Like, I personally feel like some of these players that haven't won are more of a threat than some of the winners.
I don't think threat level is going to be I feel like this is the hardest thing about the season is that I don't think threat level is going to be whatever they decide on the beach. So it's kind of like, okay, athletic people stick together. You have enough athletic people stick together. The brainy people stick together. The quote unquote brainy people have enough sticking together. Like if the cuckoo people, there aren't any cuckoo people on here. Like I don't know, but like if the central people,
pronounced Coco,
it's like I feel like there's plenty of different machinations, and I think it's really going to be on how the game design is. So what I think the twists, the factors, whether there's double tribals at the beginning, like I think there's going to be a lot of factors that play into kind of how things go.
All right. I'm actually really jealous that you got Kyle, and I'm not even saying that from watching him on TV. I'm saying that because I am close enough with Kyle that I feel like Kyle's just one of the most likable people you've ever met. He's like kind, and like you can tell he's always looking out for you. The way that he explains things, he kind of sometimes will dumb things down for you, but he doesn't make you feel dumb. I don't know. He's just a great people person. He can relate to you because, he's got 2 different sides of him. He's got like, his past and his history, and that can be relatable to some people. And then he's also like, hey, I'm a professional now, and people are going to relate to that too. So good choice, James. Super jealous you got him.
Kyle's incredible. You're right. I mean, that's the thing. It just feels like it seems like he's an everyman, and that's why I had no doubt that he was probably going to win 48 once it was by like episode 5. I mean, there was a moment where I thought maybe Joe would win based on edit, but I was like, dude, Kyle's got it all. Like I could see him just, who's going to get mad at Kyle, Yeah. And I totally agree. In this game full of threats, I think he could definitely quietly make some noise. Especially on the tribe.
Especially when he's going up against Colby Q and Riz,
Yeah. I mean, I still can't believe that Q and Rizzo are on the same tribe together.
Yeah.
That kills me. Just two people that just live to put on a show. Mm-hmm. It kills me. And maybe that's why they're balanced out by so many no nonsense women for the most part. Yeah. I have a feeling the women are going to kind of babysit the boys on Vatu personally. But that's just me. Colby is not going to know what's going on for the most part. And, Kyle's the steady pillar, and Q and Rizzo are just having fun while the girls are just like, all right, how do we navigate this? But that's just me. So awesome pick with Kyle. And, with that means that next up is Lindsay, who can snatch their pick. Any chances from the Vatu tribe?
See, you're giving names, and I don't have the tribe names memorized.
Oh, I'm sorry. For the purple tribe?
Okay, purple tribe. Which one's that?
That's the top
one that's on screen.
Purple tribe.
Colby, Rizzo, Q, Kyle.
Colby. Okay. You're asking if my pick is from there?
Oh, just because I have the picture up.
It is.
Oh!
It is. I'm actually going with Angelina.
Angelina, the lady who asked for the jacket, who negotiates the rice.
That was actually a very last minute pick, but I read 1 or 2 things online for preseason press, not anything like on Reddit or whatever.
Good.
But the thing that I noticed the most is people are talking about just how much she's changed, how much she has grown up from the player that she was on David vs. Goliath versus the player that she is now. How she has matured, how she can laugh at herself, how she is very relatable. She doesn't take things too seriously. She's very laid back. And I just got some good vibes off of her. So, and I think something is going to happen at the merge where some of the David versus Goliath players are going to get together. And since I went with Christian, I got to stick with Angelina.
Wow, you had to you're trying to reunite the band. We have a white.
They never broke up, bud. They never broke up. Y'all just stopped listening to the albums. I am a big fan of White Lotus. I read all the trash magazines about them.
Oh, should I just pop Mike White on the board for pick 7, or what?
Might as well go ahead, put him up there, because he deserved the win the first time, and he's going to take it this time. So put up Mike White for me.
Wow, you really picked all 3 David versus Goliath people?
Hell yeah, I did. Hell yeah. You know why? Because that is a season of winners.
You think so? I do 100%. Love David versus Goliath. That is an all thing.
Yep.
James, how do you feel about this? Did you have any interest in David versus Goliath people before Lindsay, the greedy hog, took them all?
I had interest in Christian. I feel like Mike is one of those wild cards where it depends on how players are playing. Are they playing for White Lotus? Maybe. Wow, are they playing for relationships? Maybe. You never know. Are they playing a game where they think Mike is going to take a spot at the end that it could be their spot, or do they think they can play a game where they can beat him at the end? If you think you can beat him at the end, that may not be. Okay, maybe you can, but are you so the question is is he going to take your spot at the end? He definitely will. So I'm pleased with Lindsay's picks.
Oh, well, that's fair enough. Because Mike is one of those enigmas where I just assume if he makes it far, it's going to be because of White Lotus stuff. And that's probably not fair. I thought he was awesome.
I think it's the complete opposite. I don't think it's a factor at all.
Well, that's okay. I mean,
because here's the thing. The thing. He either likes you or he doesn't. And in my opinion, I would rather get farther by getting out Mike White and winning the money that I get on Survivor than I would having some guest spot on the White Lotus.
And I think that's a very fair thought. I would feel pretty similarly, I think. But I don't know anymore. I don't know what people want from reality TV anymore. Is it purely just the title? Is it the money? Is it the fame?
I mean, but then also I feel like now, like a lot of people, this money may not be as life-changing. It may be $2 million, so that's life-changing. But some people here are very comfortable in this crowd. So I think it's going to be very, very interesting, like the motivations. Not to say everybody wants more money, but I think other things are at play when you're looking at returning season because you see what relationships have done for certain contestants. So I think that is a factor.
I mean, you're right. There's really nobody on here that isn't doing well enough where they're like, it's all about the money, right? I feel like for everyone that's coming out here, it's about the title. It's about closing that chapter. It's about getting rid of the shoulda, woulda, couldas. It's to prove that you could do it again. And honestly, I thought Mike White deserved to win David versus Goliath. I think if he had gone out there and was more hungry for that win, I think he would have gotten it. I think people would have voted for him. If he had asked people to vote for him, he would have won.
Wait, who won that season?
Nick Wilson.
And who was in the final three?
Lame.
Mike,
him,
Angelina,
Mike Wilson, and Angelina.
Yeah.
And who was it? Was it Gabby? Who basically was like, here's your opportunity to tell us why you should win. And I think they just didn't hear it from him. But I think I remember, like, we got Ponderosa back then, right?
I mean,
yeah.
But also, I think the human element is there too, right? For me personally, if I'm on a jury and there's two people and I think they play equal games, I'm going to get $1 million to the person I think needs it more. I mean, I don't think Survivor is who played the best game, but that's also your interpretation, right? Mm-hmm. So if like what you do with your jury vote is what you do with your jury vote. So I think if you ingratiate yourself enough to people and there's somebody that is wealthy beyond belief and there's you, I feel like that is something to compete with or against, depending on the situation, in the sense of like, this will literally change my life and this will literally do nothing for this man's life. And he did not play a better game than me. Point blank period. If that's your argument at Final Tribal, that's a solid argument.
I don't think it's that, but I think it's like when you're at Final Tribal and you've got someone that so clearly wants it and is like fighting for their life to get it. And then you've got this other person that like may or may not have played a better game depending on whose game you're looking at. But in my opinion, he played a better game. And I think if he had shown and argued his points a little bit more, I think he would have gotten it. I mean, but why are you going to go and give $1 million to somebody that's standing right in front of you and they're like not actively wanting it?
I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like
James, it would be a slap in the face if someone stood up and argued in front of you at tribal council and you were sitting on the jury. You would be, you know what? I'm not going to make assumptions. Are you saying you would not be angry?
No, I wouldn't be. What I'm saying is, like, if you give him 2 games and you're telling me I have to vote between a person that are relatively equal from my point of view, right? Like, based on their status. If one needs it and one doesn't, I'm more inclined to give it to the one, like, because it is a toss-up, right? And I am a juror. I'm only one. That may be my only criteria, right? That's just part of it. Now, if someone is just like literally didn't do anything and got to the end, it would be tough, but at the same time, it's kind of it's a factor. It's a factor. Like, everything's a factor, but part of that are the relationships. So people understanding where you're coming from. So if people know that what your family situation is, you have those friends that's on the jury, they're looking at you like, I know this person needs this. If they don't know that about you, then they don't have that compelling It's not something you can make at final tribal. That's something you make as a person when you're on the tribe. Like, I'm this good of a person that everybody knows I need this. Yes, we play similar games, and maybe he did this move better than me, but I need this, and yeah, thank you. Like, that is people have hearts, so that's kind of where I'm saying.
Yeah, but at the same time, James, like, you never out on the island, like, made it seem like you were hungry to win in the sense that, like, you were this super fan who, like, it was a big deal. To me, if you had won out there, it would have been like, you're just a gamer who's like, this is just another game. But now that I know you in real life, I know that, like, not only do you love the game of Survivor, but similar to me, like, you were born and raised on this game. And so it would mean so much more to you. I don't think people understood how much this game meant to Mike White. I think they looked at it as like, oh, here's this like producer who has tons of money and just wants to like go out and play this game. I don't think they realized like how much the game means to him, like it means to us. Am I making myself like, am I making sense here?
I think Nick had a great story. I mean, it's like, okay, Nick's story is a really good story. Like, say what you want, think what you want. It's a great story, you know. Like, it was not. He's from a town. He's everything he said with the story is true. Like, and that's the thing about Survivor that used to be talked about was like, I don't want to go up against this story, right? Like, part of the thing about our season with Jesse, like, why would you want to sit up with that's Jesse with a story? Like, at the end of the day, like, it's just kind of like great guy.
I didn't want to stand next to any of y'all stories. Nobody's stories would have been easy to sit next to.
I mean, like, I feel like it's something that's kind of like, that is a part of it, right? That was something that was a threat before. People were like, yo, this person gets to the end. It just hasn't been talked about in a new era. It's like, there all have been those stories where, let's see, I think Elaine's one, she played a good game. Elaine's one of those people, like, if she makes it to the end, people are going to give her the $1 million. Like, not because but it's like because she is a really good person, and that ingratiation plus playing a solid game is going to get you $1 million compared to someone that doesn't need it. That's just the nature of the game.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good point, actually. For the new era folks, I can't really think of too many people where it's like, if they get to the end, their story is going to win the game, and that's going to be the differentiation. I can't really think of one. Because there's people that have good stories like Jesse, like you were just saying, but no, good. Yeah, I'm glad this discussion was created because obviously we're talking about like a producer and writer and everything, like Mike White versus Nick, who I think was his thing was like you grow up poor and is like, I can't remember if his mom was like an addict or something, and you know he eventually built himself up to be a budding lawyer and you know, questionable politician and everything. So you know, stuff like that, but it was a good story at the time versus Mike White. I'm super curious now that Mike White is even more popular and more established, if that will be a bigger factor, and this, you know, it will detract even more than it did in Dave vs. Goliath. That may have cost him a win, like Lindsay was saying, or you know, he should have won because of what Lindsay was saying, and if that'll affect him this time around with these people or help him.
I think his mentality is just kind of like don't make a big deal about it. Like I'm here to play the game. Like I'm not here to be Mike White, the producer. Go ahead, James.
I'll just say we can probably move to the next pick. But no, I feel like when he went out there the first time, I don't know if like he was as a household name. Like I didn't know who, like I Schoolhouse Rock, I know, but I didn't know who Mike White was. Like, so I don't know, like I think for certain people, like, yeah, but I feel like for other people it was like, okay, that's cool. Like I think now he has more like celebrity, especially within the community, than he did back then. So
agreed.
Well, it's true. And honestly, if we're honest about it, probably if we were talking about like maybe power and industry, or like industry power, the dude Nate from Survivor 49 may have had more than Mike did at the time of Dave vs. Goliath.
Wait, who did?
Nate. He was a dude on Savannah's starting tribe. He was like an executive at Marvel for like a decade.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I would have used that. I would use that really quickly.
I love those little clips where like Juwan and him are talking about like Marvel. Juwan's like nerding out, and he's like, "Yeah, Black Panther's cool, I guess." Meanwhile, he was like one of the top executives for Black Panther. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. All right. Anyway, all right. So Mike White, interesting pick. I can't believe your first three picks are David vs. Goliath, people. That's crazy. But I appreciate psychopath moves in a super fantasy draft. So
let's go.
It's exciting. So with that said, now this is on James' third pick. This is for the third round. James, Who
I'm
you
going for the
with?
win, like Jonathan. Like I'm so
Jonathan.
this is crazy. Like like going for the win. Like I'm like this is literally the most I'm going for the win draft I'm going for. I think I'm picking Jonathan. I feel like no one is getting rid of him before the merge. So I look at the other tribes. I feel like he's going to be great in these challenges. I feel like from a challenge perspective, they have Charlie and Camilla, Tiff and Chris, and they got people that can do puzzles. He's going to be fine. He can swim. He can build. He has great relationships. I feel like the thing is going to be, I feel like I feel a big, strong alliance, like kind of hopefully dominating. And if the way I think about this game, I feel like the people comfortable playing with big players are going to try to play, and the quote unquote smaller players are going to infiltrate. And if they can make a couple moves, they're going to win. If not, it's going to be a big march to the end. But yeah, that's my pick, Jonathan.
I think Jonathan, like when you said go for the win, initially I thought you meant like getting the actual winner in your picks, but I know what you mean because you're right. I think when you pick Jonathan, you're almost guaranteeing someone who makes the merge and maybe gets a necklace. Although Jonathan, funny enough, is not as good at individual challenges as you or I would normally think. So it's interesting to see. Maybe that changes a little bit this go around, but you know, he swims like he has a motor on his ass. I mean, that's always great. You know, and he's really strong, but I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued.
I mean,
good pick.
yeah, challenge beast Lindsay won a season as well. Like
that's right.
Know, so end of the day, like he's a beast. He's a great guy. As far as does a lot of work with building the homes, and you know, like people like that know Jonathan, love him. So end of the day, I feel like he's going to be a guy that, you know, isn't going to be looked at as a schemer. So that's going to automatically lower your threat level compared to all the quote unquote, you know, really smart players. So I feel like that's an asset, and he's going to do well.
Well, you know who Jonathan spends a lot of time with these days, right?
Who?
He's
Coach.
No. He hangs out with Boston Rob all the time.
Really?
Jonathan and Boston Rob hang out a ton. Yeah. They do construction projects together too. Now the question is any Boston Rob going to rub off on Jonathan for 50? Is he capable?
Well, didn't Jonathan have kind of like that, like he kind of played like the dumb guy at first he didn't have a lot of strategy?
That's probably fair to say. Yeah.
Okay. Do we think that's going to make him an outsider on this tribe?
I don't think so. I mean, I think when you are the big, strong guy, you kind of have to be the big, strong guy. Like you don't get a choice to be big, strong, and smart in Survivor. Like I feel like you
on any rookie season.
I don't think on a rookie season you can't be big, strong. Like the second, like it's kind of like the second you're big, strong, and smart, it's like, oh no, like you can't be everything. You have to have some type of perceived weakness. Or have a very strong line.
But okay, so you're looking at Mike White and he's trying to find one of the guys to talk strategy with. You think he's immediately running to Jonathan, or you think he's going to Charlie and Coach, and vice versa? Like, so if we're talking about 4 guys and one of them has to be left out because they've seen Jonathan and they know what type of personality he has versus the other 2, do you think if they have to leave one of them out, it's going to be Jonathan? And do you think that is going to put Jonathan in a situation where he's like, he's having to talk strategy more and kind of keep up with their level of play?
So let me
make sense?
Let me switch that question up on you.
Okay.
If you think that people are going to distrust his strategy talk, then that means he's going to be isolated at the merge. He's the perfect stay loyal ally you want to have going into the merge when you're a bigger tribe. He's also a big target once you get there. And, you know, a good distraction point, a la like, oh, let's get Jonathan out. We take other people out. I feel like...
Right, but James, you flew under the radar our first season because you played I'll go with you girls. Yeah, I'll just tag along. But because we saw you play a little bit deeper into the game, we understood that you're gaming, right? All right, so Jonathan, he can't come into a second season, a returning season, and play this. I
got voted out for gaming. Like the issue is like, so like the thing was like, like I got voted out for gaming. It was like, okay, you can't be a person that I was pretty solid in the challenges. Like whatever, I
No,
was
you were great
a
in
pretty good guy.
challenges.
I was pretty good at the challenges.
That's
You
right.
can't have power at camp and in tribal. Like you can't. Then you also can't be socially good in this game. So if I'm a social threat, I'm not bad physically, and I like am good strategically. That is the reason why you go home. When you have a hole in your game, it's kind of like that is a good way to for people to keep you. So I feel like when
Right, but James, why do you think I kept you around and I would have never wanted to vote you out versus Ryan?
because that's the personality thing. Like once the tribe broke, like this we can go back to, but like it was Geo, like it was dynamics Geo, like Ryan.
Even though you played it like, oh, it's chill. When it came down to it, and I'm trying to sit and talk game with you, you couldn't talk game with Ryan. You could barely talk game with Gio.
But if Ryan actually, but I couldn't talk game with Ryan, right? But if Ryan
really did talk game with Ryan,
no,
like
I'm
real.
saying, but no, I'm saying, but if Ryan actually like listened to me and did what I told him to do, like it would be a different. Like,
Okay.
but Ryan was a player that was like doing his own thing. So, but we still had similar alignment. But like, correct.
No, but is Jonathan's ego going to get in the way because it's a returning season and he's not going to want to like take a back seat to the coach and I don't know, maybe Charlie. I don't see.
I think no one is going to be trying to take a front seat, but I don't think anybody's going to have a front seat. You know, so I don't.
Not even the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Okay, let's do some more picks and then we can talk about that.
Yeah, we gotta.
Yeah,
well, this is the perfect transition because the last pick of the round 3, and my pick for the Super Fun Squad is going to be none other than the Dragon Slayer himself. We're adding Benjamin Coach Wade to the Super Fun Squad. I'm so excited to add Coach. I actually can't believe he came back around to me. I like in preseason interviews, which I normally don't watch, but since it's season 50, I thought I would watch some of them. And it's like disturbing to me to see how many people are so excited to play with Coach.
It's crazy, right? I'm actually offended by it. I'm offended by it.
Honestly, me too. Because all I think about is in Heroes versus Villains, like one of the episodes, I hear a distinct confessional from Russell going, everybody knows Coach is a big joke. And like, I mean, that season he kind of was. But then in South Pacific, he blew the balls off the game. And ever since then, people like he has gotten to that upper tier, even though he lost. And the problem is I still see him as the goof who is like, well, you could send me to exile, but I don't want to add this in, but I have asthma. And it just seems like a goof, you know, but they're so excited. I'm now excited. And I think he's going to last. I think he's going to do crazy shit and I can't wait for it.
I mean, he's a non-threatening player. So the question is like, you know, like, does he? I think players like Coach have a little bit of wiggle room. So the question is kind of like what that wiggle room is, and then like, how is he willing to stay within that wiggle room, right? Because if you're not looking at, oh, will Coach beat me at the end? Maybe, probably not. Is Coach a physical threat? I mean, probably still in solid shape. Maybe has some coordination, but it's getting up there. You know, like, you know, I'm not like, are any of the guys there intimidated by him? Kyle, Q, Charlie, like. That's how you have to kind of look at it. No one's like looking at Coach like, oh my gosh, I can't beat him. So it's kind of like, does he stay in the box that makes people feel comfortable? And if he does, I think he has the capability to go long. If he doesn't, he is a bright, shiny target.
He's a name. I mean, like, do you think, I mean, obviously not strategically, but do you think he's in that tier of like legend up there with like Suri, where everybody just kind of wants a piece of Suri?
Why are we? No, we will not.
No,
we will
this
not
is
tolerate,
my issue.
We will not tolerate that type of disrespect on this podcast. Like that was like you had to come a little low. Like that's wild. That's a wild.
No, not strategic. You know what I mean? I'm not strategic.
No,
I mean, come on.
all right.
Like, people are talking about Coach more than Suri.
Like he's more like Philip Shepard. Like
agreed. And here's my thing. All right. I feel like the Dragon Slayer has played enough times in this character. I'm concerned he's coming back in and he is going to try to, what's that right word, of reprise their role or character or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's going to be left behind. I think he's going to be used to playing a certain type of game. I don't think he's adaptable. And I think he's going to be like the guy that like tells the joke and everybody's like laughing. But like, I think he's going to rub, especially the younger girls, the wrong way.
Yeah. Hold on.
And I think because you guys got to remember, these aren't the tribes until the swap. I mean, until the merge. Like we know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's the coach thing that is interesting. Coach recruited somebody that I like may or may not have dated when he was a real coach. So like for soccer. So what I'm saying, so I think he actually really is good with young women, like younger like athletes. I think he's actually good. Like so
I forgot about that. It's
he has that
this is
coaching.
Not just slaying dragons, James.
That ability.
Dragons.
So
good job.
Good job,
James. He's right. He's right.
I don't think he's a player that like alienates people more as much as the edit may make it seem like, right? Because that's a good trope. Like, but I think underneath it, I think he does have that genuine, part of gold thing.
Kevin, do me a favor. How old is Coach? How old
is Coach? Oh, Benjamin Coach. Wait, let's find out real quick.
I know.
All right. He's 54 years old.
He's older than Gabler when he played.
Oh, yeah. He's older than the Al Gabler. All right. What do you think that indicates, Lindsay? Tell me.
I mean, you said he's older than Gabler. How's Gabler?
Oh, Gabler was 51. How old is Mike White? I mean, this may be the oldest tribe.
Yeah, I think this is one of the oldest seasons ever, but which, makes sense.
Okay.
So let me tell you.
All right, let's go with picks and then I can say more.
Yeah,
okay. Oh, actually, Mike White is 54.
Okay.
How about that? Same age. But brilliant. I'm excited for Coach, and I want to say this real quick. I mean, his South Pacific game was so good. I can't forget the cult of Coach. Like, I don't know how he did it, but that was a mean machine, and his reads were good. Like, for anyone who can't remember, there was the time when like Ozzy did his badass redemption thing and came back and was like, "We're gonna tell everyone that Cochran, you idled me out, and you're gonna go be a double agent." And Cochran starts giving his spiel to Coach, and Coach is like, "I think this is all facade. I think you're lying. We're not breaking up. Here's a line in the sand." And then it won Cochran over. Like, I couldn't believe this was the same human being that I saw in Tocantins and Heroes versus Villains. And I have faith people will love him enough. He won't be as much of a threat enough, kind of like you all were saying.
So this is like his fourth time playing?
Yes, his fourth time.
I mean, if all could be so lucky to be like, it should be better your third time playing the game. I mean, like, I think that's the thing. Like, I feel like all like why like I'm like, okay, great. Like,
it took Rob 4 times to win the game.
You're not wrong. You're not downplaying
it, but like being good at Survivor your third time playing is like great.
But in a cast full of mostly new people.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when you're playing against people that aren't necessarily as good at the game, it's easier to play the game.
Okay,
that's right. And I have to say, because at one point
if you played twice before and they haven't played. Okay.
It's a steamroll. It's a steamroll at that point. And I agree. If you like go and you do like an anecdotal kind of like breakdown, I looked at all of the reality shows, whether it's even Big Brother or Survivor, but for Survivor, if it's a season where there's mixed returners and newbies, whether it's like fans versus favorites or they just bring back like 2 returners, there's always a returner that makes it to the finals, like every time. So you're right. It's like shooting fish in a barrel if you are a returner coming back with newbies in particular. But if you're playing your 4th time, I mean, come on now. I mean, again, it took Boston Rob 4 times to win the game. 4.
I mean, but that's the thing is like you get more times, you have more times to play. I think Coach, he has like I feel like every player here had a chance to win. I mean, I wouldn't rate it as a 0, but I'm also kind of just like this depends.
You wouldn't rank anybody on this list as a 0.
Not as a 0, because everybody here they're better than me. Like I'm like
I'll rank 1 or 2 as a 0.
Bull.
Like
bull. Mm-mm.
I'll tell you my 0 by the end of this.
Yeah, me too.
For sure.
And I bet it's the same one.
There are
All right,
people.
who's next? Who's
Okay,
next?
let's keep it going.
Okay,
Yeah,
no
who's
problem. No
next?
problem. All right, so at the turn, now the snake style, that means the next pick is mine as well. And I'm happy to say, finally, I can pick someone from the purple tribe, the Vatu tribe. And I'm very thankful. Hopefully they slither and be as snaky as humanly possible in order to get through this game. And I'm going to go with the Canadian herself. I'm going to go with Genevieve Mushalak. I love her. I think she was great. I can't believe she's the only representative from 47, but I think she's smart. I think she's witty. I think she's going to be under the radar, and she's great.
Why don't we have like a point system where we can like steal a player or something?
Well, I had the idea kind of cooked up, didn't happen. That we're probably going to institute next time, where in next go around we're going to have basically hidden immunity idols. So essentially, each one of us would get an idol, and before the draft, we can say, all right, I think James is going to pick this person between this round and this round. And if they do, I'm going to put my idol on that, and we're going to block it. But that's not what we're doing this time. You can't take Genevieve.
Really
you can't take Genevieve. I think she's wonderful. In the beginning of 47, we all thought she was going to be, we're like, who's this person that's like wearing this where's Waldo ass shirt, and we don't know where she is, and like she's not going to be anything. And then all of a sudden on like episode 4, she turned on a dime and she never stopped. She was awesome the rest of the game. Like her and Rachel were like this as far as like strategic genius badass women in my minds in that game. And the fact that she gets to come back for 47 with the tribe that she's on, and I'll pull it up here real quick so you can kind of quickly just scan.
It's a good tribe.
It's a good tribe. The
tribe.
Women are kind of good cloaks for her, I think, in a way, like Angelina and Aubrey in particular. I mean, Stephanie's kind of a different cat from a different time. I think a lot of the guys are going to want to work with her. I think she's maybe the most sensible person. I think everybody's going to want to work with her.
Not only that, she is the freshest without being physically and emotionally depleted like Savannah. So I think she's had enough time to reflect on her gameplay, make some changes. And again, you can have a player that did really well 10 years ago, and then you've got a player that made it to the end, didn't win, but just played a year and a half ago. Who do you think statistically is going to do better in terms of just being in the flow,
Mm-hmm.
Put me back in there. Yeah.
You're like, I'm ready.
Yeah, I was hoping someone from 44 called COVID. I'll stay right there in Fiji.
Man, you know what? I still can't believe that nobody from 43 or 44 ended up on 50. That's crazy to me. But
you can't.
Well, no, I think 43 is. I think 43 is awesome. But I mean, Jesse's the obvious one right away. I'm actually kind of surprised Cass didn't get a call, unless they were pretty pissed that she, did the challenge the one time. And 44, I thought Carolyn was a shoo-in, but maybe they were also pissed she did the traders. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like they wanted storylines. Like, that's why you're going to cast 3 people when people pairs the season. Like, they did what they did where people have history, So I think they hope that they can loop in some of the past Survivor, new era, and old era moments and some throwback. Like, I feel like it's going to be a montage to the season. So to do that, you have to have relationships amongst, kind of the players in a way. So to returnees kind of have some experience. Some newbies don't have any ties to anybody. So I think that's, what's the goal, and have some names people remember. So I think that's what happened.
Yeah. I mean, I can't complain too much. Like I said, to start this, I think the cast is really good. Like people that I had on my like ideal season 50 cast got chosen. Emily, Christian, Chrissy Hoffbeck, Rick Devins. Some of these people, I'm thrilled they're back, but like, I didn't think Tiffany would be back, but I thought, maybe Carolyn would. So there's just one or two little swap, or Marianne. I know Marianne got dropped, I guess, kind of late in the process. I thought she would be one, whatever, but we don't need to relitigate that.
I think my issue is they're too heavy on some of the newer players, and I think they were going for sound bites more than they were trying to go for a celebration of season 50.
That's
You
probably
know,
true.
I mean, I'm a fan of these players being chosen only for the simple fact that I think most of them have a chance to probably win. Aside from maybe like five or six,
There
I
we
don't
go.
know, have a chance to win. So I think that was my main thing. Certain players that are just pure entertainment with no chance to win, aren't really people that I wanted to see play, regardless of how entertaining they may have been.
that's my thing. I think that's what
That's
bothers
fair.
me.
I think that's very fair. It's
Mhm.
because it's tough because there's some like heavy hitter and I don't want to say who's the no chance to win, even though you probably feel the same way about some of them. But they were so popular at one point. It's like, if it really is a celebration, how do you keep them off? But I know they're not going to give the great gameplay. So,
Yeah.
no. Anywho, so now with Genevieve off the board, so that means it's James again, and then on to Lindsay for her double pick. So for James, with the updated board here, what are
See,
we thinking?
this is where my board gets divided. It's two players that I want to pick, and I'm gonna just go with D.
D Valadares, winner of Survivor 45. How are we going with D? What's the thought process here?
I mean, I feel like D is another player, one strong competitor, maybe like the most like in shape woman that's out there next to maybe Savannah. Possibly, and Savannah just got finished playing. Like D does CrossFit. She did a challenge. She's a physical beast. She's a social beast. I think she'll make friends with everybody on the tribe. I think her and Jonathan will get along. I think her and Coach will get along. I think she'll get along greatly with everybody. I feel like they'll want to keep her around from a strength aspect, also from a target aspect, strength and target. So I feel like there could be a narrative. We don't want to give two-time winners. You know, that's something that's a great voting point come merge. And you want to take that person out that help you not go to the challenge. And you have Jonathan. So, you know, I feel like her and Jonathan, great power duo right there. You know, kind of have great reasons to go deep with each other. You know, I feel like each could like, you know, cover each other's up a little bit, you know, and yeah, so that's my pick.
No, I think so. I mean, I'm kind of wondering if, you know, because I do think you're right. I think Dee and Jonathan will probably get along pretty well. And thankfully, like Jonathan is so specific in how he plays the game that I feel like you can match up who may get along with him pretty well. And thankfully, I think Dee is one of those, and they will protect each other, like you said. And I think he'll kind of listen to her for a bit, at least. But like you're kind of saying though, I think really it's the physicality and kind of the former win that is what's going to protecting her for at least a little bit, but while also kind of taking bullets at any time. So she's going to be a point getter for you. I don't know if she'll win, but I think she'll be a point getter.
How'd she do on the challenge?
I didn't watch that season, but I think she did well. I feel like she built really good relationships, and that's what the challenge is about for the most part. Like you go in there, I mean, you can win, not win, or whatever, but she does enough training. She's physical and competitive enough. I've seen in her Survivor season, she was competitive on there. She's competitive on the challenge. She built good relationships on the challenge. So I think that will bode, you know, well on the show.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't watch all of the challenge with her. I was actually, funny enough, I was watching some of it at work with my coworkers. The one she's on. Yeah, I know. For lunch, we do that. We're adorable. And the only thing I was sad about was I think she hooked up with Johnny Bananas. And I'm like, oh, dude, not Bananas. Like D. So I don't know. Maybe she's fallen a little bit from her 45 win.
All right.
That's any indicator. Anyway. All right, moving on. D, I think, is a good pick. He's definitely going to get some points. All right. So on to Lindsay. You're going to have two back-to-back. So who's going to get the title of being the last pick of the fourth round? And then who's going to start off the second half?
I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with Tiff.
Tiffany, man, that is a good pick, I think.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
That was your pick on the way back, maybe, James?
I mean, I love every like woman on that tribe, like from a gameplay standpoint. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree that tribe has a stacked set of women. And Tiffany, like, I'm curious, Lindsay, like, why you went for Tiffany, because at first glance when the list came out, I think Tiffany was, other than the 49 people who no one knew, she was probably the one that was the most like WTF edition, because she finished like 7th or 8th in 46.
Agreed. But she's really likable.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's gonna really get along with Camilla and Dee. And I'm not saying she's not going to get along with Chrissy, but I just think that's they just have 3 young women that are really going to get along well, as opposed to you throw in like a Jenna, Savannah, and an Emily. That dynamic is going to be a little bit different than, again, say, similar to the Ange, Aubrey, Genevieve thing that I think will be going on that tribe.
I mean,
I think so too. And it's also interesting because, like, we had mentioned briefly in the beginning, the Kalo tribe, the blue one, that's where there's more new era people than old school. So I wonder if that is a significant factor. Well, okay. So if that's the case, I think awesome pick. She initially, when I looked at the cast list, I tried to do the from an episode of The Office when they're like, all right, when we have to do a murder mystery, it's not the most likely or the least likely. You look for the most middle likely person to win. And I looked at Tiffany when the cast came out, and I was like, Tiffany may be that person.
Yeah.
You may be onto something.
All right.
Yeah.
I get one more.
With that said, you have one more to go. And then we're going back around to me, to James, then myself.
Let's go.
Let's go.
She should have won the first time. And I'm not sure if she can win it this time, but I hope she does. We're going with Chrissy.
Chrissy Hoffbeck.
Yeah, I have
Heroes,
to.
Hustlers, Heroes.
Yep. She was my winner pick back then. And I got to stay loyal to my girl.
She was awesome.
Yeah.
She really was. I mean, like, I like Ben. I like Ben, and it's impressive to find those idols and stuff. Unless production planted them, which Reddit always says, but I don't know. But Chrissy was awesome. She was like a professional. I was shocked she lost.
If she can find good footing in the game and she doesn't isolate herself accidentally by being like the older woman amongst some young, cool girls, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, yeah, because we got that nice group there. I think people want to work with her, which is good in this group.
They want to work with her, but when you're looking at any reason to vote someone out, when you've got such a likable group of people, I'm not saying that they're going to pick her because she is older. I think when you talk about trimming the fat, when you talk about making sure, like, you just naturally gravitate towards certain people. And I'm not saying that age is going to be a factor. I'm saying personality and age might be a factor.
Which is fair. I mean, maybe they don't want to hear this mother stuff. And she's the only one. I don't even
think it's that, because I don't think that's the case. I think it's because, like, I'm a little bit older, but like, I feel like I can have conversations about music and maybe pop culture that Chrissy isn't. I mean,
Chrissy's on a tribe with Coach and Mike White. She's fine. I mean, not to say she's of that age, but I feel like there's not an age discrepancy where like you're the only plus 35-year-old out there. Like, I feel like there's not going to be anybody saying mom with her with this tribe. Like,
yeah.
But will she not be able to hold it back, the impulse to try and be a mom to some of these folks?
I feel like Chrissy will be able to. I mean, like, I feel
like she wasn't like that.
She didn't play like a mom. I feel like when you're like you're older person and the kids are like half your age, you go into a leadership role by default.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you go into a room and all that room has a bunch of 15-year-olds, you're not a dad, but at some point you're going to be like, we got to do something.
Yeah.
No, that's when you start hopping on the bouncy castle too. Yeah.
You clearly didn't. You never were a day camp counselor. Never a day camp counselor.
No. I can never tolerate that stuff. That's why I don't plan on ever having kids. I'm good. So last bit of commentary and then move on to James for the Chrissy pick. I love Chrissy. This tribe, since it's more new era than old school. If they just are like, hey, new era, stick together, then I think Chrissy's probably in the most trouble of the OGs. But fortunately, I think the new era folks aren't going to think that way. So I think there's a lot of possibility for her.
Yeah.
All right. So if that's the case, and next pick goes to James, and there's actually only one person left in the blue tribe, the Callow tribe.
I know. I was just looking
Camilla,
at that.
funny enough. So we picked that blue tribe clean, which is crazy.
Yeah. This is going to hurt my soul.
Okay.
This is going to hurt my soul. Nope, I'm not hurting my soul yet. Give me my girl Camilla. Not hurting my soul. Not hurting my soul. Nope, not hurting my soul. I love this young lady's game. I love this young lady's mind for the game. I feel like I don't think people are going to be highly threatened by her. I do think if she goes is because it's a physical thing or just a numbers thing, but I feel like she's one of those players I feel like people will feel like they can beat at the end, and that's an asset to have. And she did win immunity last year and beat Joe. So I feel like she has the smarts to kind of, do some damage. And she's going to be on that nice green tribe that everybody picked from. So it wasn't making it back to me. So
no, you're probably right. I think she even won the necklace twice, which is
I think
wild.
so. Yeah,
I think so, which is crazy. And because 48, all I can remember was Kyle, Camilla, and Joe winning the necklace over and over again. But you're right. She's funny, and she made me laugh so many times last season. She's smart. She's under the radar, but I think you're right. If she's gonna go, it's probably gonna be a physical thing.
Yeah.
All right, solid. Well, if that's the case, this is a tough one. On this turn, a lot of the people I really wanted to pick have already kind of gone. But that's good because I got most of them. So I think I have to think about sucking up points here. And if I really want a point merchant, it's between two people. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to gamble on the final winner. And I'm going to go with Savannah as my last pick. Did you want Savannah, Lindsay?
Yes, I wanted Savannah.
I feel like I think I know what's going to happen with this tribe. But
what?
Let me hear it.
For the orange tribe?
I feel like Rick is going to try to take a shot at Suri. Like, I just feel like if they go to tribal, I feel like Rick is going to try to pull the trigger, and I don't know if he'll be successful.
Use that Billie Eilish boomerang idol that maybe exists.
I just think that
you don't think Rick is going to be intimidated by Joe?
No. I don't think
they're exactly the same.
I don't think any of the mental makeup of the players here, they think they're the best player. Like, they don't care. I feel like from a new era standpoint, like, Kyle is a player who was a D1 lacrosse player that can bench press 350. D is cool as I don't know what. D thinks she can walk in any room. Genevieve doesn't really care about who these people are. Like, I feel like Camilla doesn't. I feel like they chose people who are like there. I don't think there's just going to be an all factor, and I don't think there's an all factor with the old school players either. Like, I don't think Ozzy's going to be in all of Suri, right? I don't think Jenna's going to be in all of Suri. Jenna may try to target Suri. I think there is it's going to be interesting. So I think that's what I think will happen if that tribe goes to tribal. Because I think I can see the Savannah Rick thing. You got Jenna, Christian in the middle with Emily in the middle. I just feel like that's where I think that first vote goes. That was just a random thought because I'm thinking about my pick. So
I like where your head's at though with that, because I think that's true. And I chose Savannah because I'm kind of hoping that she's gonna play off the winner thing. Okay.
Russell Hantz has ensured that the people they haven't seen will go home. No one is trying to play with unknown variables.
Wait, what do you mean? What did Russell Hantz say?
No, like when Russell came back, no one saw him play, and they didn't know his game, and they promptly learned. I think nobody is going to make it to the merge that played last season. That they didn't see their game. I just feel like it's just not going to happen.
I think it's certainly a big gamble, James. No question. I'm hoping that she presents it in a way that's good enough, because like if she comes out and says I won, like I hope that's not any
How
worse
did you win?
than, well, that's what I mean. Like I'm hoping
what
that
lie about
not-
winning word makes sense. Oh, I was a strategic threat that didn't win any immunity challenges. Oh, okay, what? Oh, I won 3 immunity challenges and my tribe basically like scrap. Like, and you have Rizzo on the other side. Who knows what story he is telling? So you have to tell the truth. I won 3 immunity challenges. It was on the outs most of the
She's
time.
gonna have to tell the truth,
Like, no, go home.
But here's the question: do you have to tell the truth?
Yes.
Like, what if Savannah believes that Rizzo's going to be cooked and just says, "Oh, Rizzo won"?
Because they have journeys in the beginning. No, it's not going to happen. Rizzo's going to tell everybody everything that happened on the island because he has nothing to lose. He's not going to care. He's going to tell everybody. They're going to have to have a journey excursion or something. They're going to know. So play with that one.
Yeah, but you don't think he wants to count on Savannah as a number when they merge or if they swap? Like, he's not going to want to piss somebody off that early on in the game.
Yo,
right?
they may be doing double eliminations like to get down to whatever 13, 14 episodes.
They have to. I was doing the math.
So
at the
end of the day, like this whole like prior relationship stuff, like Rizzo is going to be a target as well. Like he is not going to be a physical threat. So he is all strategy. And is that going to be something people want to play with? Like the guy that can just, he's not physical, so he's going to just do all the like you don't want that guy around. So
no, but are you immediately going to go onto the island and start selling me out when I'm on another tribe, knowing that you and I could potentially work together later in the game? You're not going to burn your bridge with me.
Okay, what? Here's the thing. What if you lie for her and then you turns out she tells the truth? Like you don't know what she's going to say or do. So end of the day, unless you had this magical conversation, we come back. What we do? Unless that magical conversation happens, then you don't know what that person is going to do. And even if it does happen, you don't know what the person is going to do.
Her and Rizzo had a month between the time that they got back and the time that they flew back out. Are you telling me they didn't talk and say, we're both going to be cooked if everyone knows that we're just coming back?
I mean, they have to know their top 5 or 6 finishers on their season, and one is probably a winner. Like, it's kind of like, we both like. What's your story for coming back? Like you can you have to keep okay. It's too tough to just lie. Like I think people will be less threatened by saying I won the game and I won immunities because I have good balance. Blah blah blah. Like I was mean to everybody, but they still gave me the win. And I thought I was going to lose because this other girl got 2 votes and the other person got I feel like you can say I had a close win.
You keep up with all those lies, and that's a question that I have for you, James. Like. By day 9, you were getting delusional because you had no sleep and you were keeping our fire going night after night. And I remember I just kept saying to you, like, for the benefit of all of us, you need sleep. My question,
I didn't lie that much.
Well, okay, that's what I want to know is like, as the game goes on, do you realize in the beginning of the game that you can't lie? Because as the game goes on, like, you're not able to keep up with your lies.
I just always thought I listened to Tyson Apostle where he said, like, is this best to tell the truth so you don't have to? Like, it was literally no reason to like lie. Like, if people like, I think the only time you lie is when you're trying to like, create a narrative, which I probably could have did more of. But like the lines were what they were. Like I did lie to you. That was literally at the last like hour before tribal. Like, it wasn't like there was that was when that's my first time lying. I was like, yo, like literally. But up until then, there was no point to lie. Like, everybody was like, I wasn't coming up. Like the targeting, like everybody was targeting everybody. Like Ryan was telling me the plan. Like I didn't have to lie to Ryan because Ryan was telling me what to do. I didn't have to lie to him. Like I didn't have to lie to Carla because Carla was on my side. I didn't have to lie to Cass because I wasn't targeting Cass. Like I wasn't targeting you. Like only I had to lie like. When I got to the merge.
No, but even like after I left, that's what I mean. Like towards the merge, did you start getting to the point where you were like, I can't trust myself at this point? Like, I need to make sure that I'm telling the truth. That way, as my fatigue, like.
No, because I felt like from a game standpoint, you kind of know what you're doing. Like, or at least you think you know where you're going. Where it's like, okay, who are my people? Who are not my people? Like, what are the numbers? Like, you're trying to, like, for me, I'm trying to get to the number needed to vote. So when I'm looking at these tribes, I'm like, who's getting the 5? Like, who is the 5 on each tribe, right? And that 5 is going to have a 4-person dominance. And how does that look, right? So who is willing to be, like, on the 5 of that, of that equation, right? Who's willing to be a little vulnerable? Who has enough confidence to be a little vulnerable? Like how does that really work, right? You're looking at vote off, so you're thinking, okay, yeah. Like, so we get to our tribe, right? I'm like, okay, Geo's first. So at the end of the day, like, you're like, all right, bet. You got 6 days, 6 vote offs. Every time we win, we're good. Like, it's kind of, and for a tribe that gives you kind of the piece. So the question is, on these tribes, who is going to like be the 5, and then who is going to be the 3 to be able to flip the 5, if that even happens, or do we have a disaster tribe? But that's what I kind of look for. So,
okay, well,
right, who's picks next?
So real quick, there's a question I wanted to mix in the middle of this. So with Savannah, when we were talking about the threats and stuff, for as an exercise, like if Savannah, we don't know how she did. If we're the returning players, you don't know how 49 did. But like conceivably, is it likely even if she won, is there any game that she could have had that would be better than like D or Kyle or even like Sari? Like, would it be really difficult for her to come out with a game better than them?
The unknown, like Survivor winners. It's an unknown. Like, I think the fact that she won doesn't even matter. I think the fact that they didn't see the game, and last time this happened, Russell, and everybody knows Russell, they didn't see Russell playing. Russell came in and went right to the end and went through all of them. Like, no one is trying to get embarrassed this go around on season 50. It's everybody can literally say, let's get rid of the 49er. And the only person that people that aren't are the people that may be in that minority that vote. So whoever that 5-8, that Rizzo vote, whoever isn't in that 5-3 or that 5 whatever, that is going to be the crux. And if someone's not comfortable in that majority vote, that's when we're going to see a flip. But yeah, you're going to target the person that literally you don't know. Like, I don't know who would.
No, that's fair.
Okay. So what you're saying is similar to how we needed a reason. We needed to find a reason to vote somebody out, like Gio. We were like, oh, he's the alternate. You're suggesting that because nobody really knows her, they're not invested in her like they are any of the other players, it's easier to like get rid of her than it would be anyone else.
If it serves your interest. Like, it depends on how you feel in the group. So if put like this, right? If whoever is in that tribe of 8, whatever, right, you're going to vote. You're going to go to 7. So you had to think you're in that 4. So like, if you think you're in your 4, you're cool voting this person off. If you don't think you're in that 4, you're either thinking I can make it to a split or a merge, or I'm just higher in the pecking order. So there's 2 other people. So I'm 6 and there's 2 on the bottom, right? There's 7, there's 2 on the bottom. Like, that's how your mentality has to be. If you're thinking about it, like from a tribe standpoint, like, okay, all right, where am I going to be after this vote? Like, I know I'm not in the cool kids, but can we win a community challenge? Oh, is there a way I can flip XYZ? Where are there cracks? Like, maybe there's not a crack this day, but there's a crack 2 days. This is one thing I think Gio did that was really well, is he didn't get down. He kind of got under Ryan's wing, and that was like enough to kind of just give him a little bit of cover, where people were just like, oh, he could be viable, and so.
It's probably really easy for Gio to get under Ryan's wing because he's a small guy. So.
I feel like it is tough. Like, I mean, it's like, I think that's the thing of gravity of a player like a Jonathan. When you are a bigger, stronger player, there is some gravity that you have that you are able to, I think people look at you and question how like tight are you with somebody. Like, I think that does help. Yeah. If you're aligned with a player like that.
Absolutely. Well, I think Savannah has a high chance to do pretty well, so I'm pretty excited about it. But
that sounds like a spoiled answer, but I'm just keep it moving. I'm joking.
No, it really isn't. I don't know anything. I know nothing about the season. My buddy tried his best to clue me in on stuff when they came back on their stupid planes and said, this group is in this plane, this group is in this plane, but he didn't tell me who was in which one. And I said, do not tell me anything. Okay. But he was like, yeah, production probably could have kept that a little quiet because you probably know merge versus pre-merge. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Anywho, so my first pick of round 6. So we're hurling toward the end here. My second pick of this twosome, I said this earlier in the podcast. It's my wish. It's my desire. It's the thing that I think everybody needs to do. And everyone not named Tom Westman fails to do it. And you need to get rid of this person. And I'm picking her today, Suri. I'm picking Suri because no one ever gets rid of Suri. And you should get rid of Suri. But somehow everyone's going to want to work with her. And she's going to make it further than she should. And maybe she'll pick up some points for me. I don't know.
Because she's practical. Like, here's the deal. Like,
Yeah.
I feel
She's
like
a fullback for Parvati Shallow.
No, but it's kind of like it's practicality. She got maneuvered.
She's gonna make you feel stupid if
but
you
no,
don't.
she got outmaneuvered and by Parv slightly, and but she's the type of player. Here's the thing: I feel like there's a type of player that is fine with being outmaneuvered and still being loyal. Like in the sense of I'm a big enough player where, like, I have enough. I'll go with you to the end, but I'm not going to. Like, I'm not going to take a Hail Mary so that we both make it to the end because you outmaneuver me, which I think is something that happens a lot. And I think every player isn't built that way, right? Whereas, like, I think that, and I think that's kind of how it is. I think Sari kind of knew where she was at, but then also when you're boxed in, you kind of start to play your game. You still never know what happens. Do I think she wins an immunity idol? I hope that would be dope. Do I think her team will have to win some immunity challenges? Yes. Do I think she will be targeted heavy? Yes.
You think so?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you all right. If you don't target Sari, then Sari's the fulcrum because they're going to go to tribal once, right? So someone's going home. How, like, that's the thing. Someone's going home. This, if ever, like, go through the thought exercise.
1, 2, 3. Oh, that's Aussie.
You have Savannah just sitting there, right? So you can just Savannah's right there sitting down, and you also have to think everybody's thinking about getting the majority. So Savannah's gone now. Sari is also there as a backup the next time. So that's how a lot of people survive. Take out Savannah, don't know her. We know we have Sari as that juicy target. We lose again, but the question is, are people cool with that hierarchy? I think people in that tribe would be fine with that type of hierarchy.
I can't totally argue with it. Again, since we're getting to the second half of it, that's where I think there's enough people who make the wrong decision where they keep Sari around and they shouldn't. Like you're saying, the hierarchy, she should be near the top. I mean, maybe Savannah is the next pick. Shockingly, I chose them back to back.
Like Sari is not long-term threatening, though. That's the thing. Like, she's short-term threatening. I
think she is, though. She ends up being long-term threatening every game she plays, other than what? Heroes versus villains,
I mean, yeah, but I feel like you still have more outs at the end based on challenges. It's like she's someone that's very strong with the jury. She's someone that isn't going to like be butthurt if you like take them out at the right time. Like, I feel like that's something else that's very important. Will the person you take out at 6 go to the jury and be your friend, or go to the jury and say F this person? He's one of those people that is a G in the game.
It's true. And also, I mean, this is probably more underrated. I mean, other than Savannah and Rizzo, I guess she's probably the most recently played, right? With AU versus the world.
Solid point.
Is she ever a liability in challenges for the tribe?
Sure, but who cares if you want to go to tribal? It's like when you don't care about going to tribal, like, that's when you're like, all right.
I know you and I have had this conversation multiple times, but some people do.
If you're on the bottom, but like,
like, is Ozzy going to be mad about it?
I mean, Ozzy's not going home first. So, I mean, I think it depends on where people want to be land after the first vote. So it's probably going to be with Sari and Savannah. So it's like, where does the power lie after that? That's kind of, I think, how the vote goes. I think Emily's a chance to go first. I mean,
I know. I thought about that.
No, not my sweet baby girl, Emily. Never.
I mean, depending on how the challenges go, I mean, it's
Yeah.
That could be a thing.
Yeah.
Don't talk like that. I don't like that, James.
Hey.
I don't like that at all. All right. Well, so I'm going Savannah and Surrey. Maybe the top 2 targets for the Sela tribe, what James is saying here. But well, I guess now that I wiped that trash off the board, James.
Oh, it's my pick.
Who's going to be your pick, my man?
Yo, I am picking somebody. Yo, I actually feel like this guy is going to do a lot better the second time around. And I am picking Q himself.
Quintavious?
Yes.
You're going for Q. Man,
I put like this. I feel like after knowing Q's personality, I feel like I understand how he played a lot more than I did while watching him play. And I think he's the type of player that people aren't going to necessarily take as seriously. But I'm pretty sure this time around, Q definitely knows the lights is on, and he's definitely going to be playing hard. I think he has the physical ability, D1 athlete, SEC, to really do a lot better this go around, understanding what's happening out there. I think him and Kyle together are an athletic dynamic duo, so I think it'll be underestimated. I feel like people are going to feel like he's down to be a number 2, and I think he's going to be enough. He's going to be enough of that where people aren't going to be worried about him strategically. And I think that'll be good for him.
You think so, huh? I got to tell you, I look at Q and I happen to think he's going to scare people more than most other players left in the game. I think he's a scary player for people. He's unpredictable.
Scare like what? Is he scarier than Christian?
Yes.
And what? So are Q and Christian on the block? Who are you voting off? Who are you voting off?
Ooh, me? Q.
What? No. Q. Like, so you have to. It's the last vote to go to the finals, right? You're the deciding vote between Q and Christian to go to final tribal council. Who are you going against?
Well, obviously, it's hard to answer that without knowing.
No, there's an answer.
Without knowing what transpired in the game.
Oh no, you are not going against Christian Hibiki. You are.
He's right. He's right.
Q was going to win Survivor 46, so I don't want to underrate that.
I don't think he was winning Survivor 46. But what we are going to say is, like, I feel threat level changes. The threat level changes.
Was never, ever. Listen, you could play this game 100 times and he's never winning this game.
I 100 times, yeah. But what I will say is threat level changes at a certain point in the game. Threat goes from I'm threatened by this person is I can't beat this person, right? So if Q makes it past the I can't deal with this to I can beat this version of the game, I think he has legs. Because when you get to the quote unquote big dogs, when everybody says I'm not gonna vote the person out, but when you say, "Oh, Suri or Q, who you voting out? Who you voting out? You voting out Suri, right?"
I'm voting out Suri. Absolutely.
All right. Well, so Q, do an experiment. Get the 7. Who are you voting out over? You're not voting out Q. Like this is what I'm saying. Like
he's annoying.
I would vote out Q. I mean, depending on who's left. But Q, I respect Q's game a lot just because I happen to talk to a lot of the 46 people and they're like, dude, I'm telling you, Q was in pole position at the end of the game more than people think.
It's not that. It's that he causes too much chaos and people aren't going to like that.
I agree. That's why I'm like, ooh, he's a scary one because I think other people I find him to be
he flips a lot.
Factor. And I think that's scary on a season where there's so many competent people.
James, you'd align with Q?
I feel like all right, so you have Rizzo or Q. Who are you voting out first?
Well, that's not fair.
Rizzo, they're in the same tribe. I'm telling you, they're in the tribe.
I'd get rid of Q before Rizzo.
That's crazy. Q.
Here's why. I feel like I can manage Rizzo better than I can manage Q.
I feel like people thought they could manage Q. You think you can manage Rizzo?
I'm saying I wouldn't be able to manage Q.
I'll be honest. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if anyone thought they could really manage Q other than maybe.
I mean, I feel like there's this thing where I think Q, and I'm not like I feel like Q is the type of like a player where I think if Colby and Q are fine together, right? Yeah, it's kind of like depends on what type of Colby we get out there, right? It's kind of like does Rizzo gravitate toward? Do we just get the old guy out? Like he can't help us out? Like what is he going to do? Like
I think Colby's going to struggle.
Well, I mean, well, even if he does, then Rizzo is the immediate target because Kobe's not going to say like we're going to get Kyle and Q out. That argument does not make sense, right? so that's what I'm like. We have to be realistic here. You don't know Rizzo's game. He's not going to add us physically. So who else are we voting out first in this trial?
Well, I mean, it is interesting. Obviously, there's the obvious one. I mean, like an easy target right away. You can go like, all right, I'm going to vote out Kyle. He won the game. But we kind of determined that's probably not that big of a deal, that being the former winner compared to maybe previous seasons. I mean, I think there's some personality clashes that we haven't talked about too much. I think maybe with one of the girls, possibly.
Stephanie and Aubrey, or one of those people, yeah.
Probably more Stephanie. Yeah, Stephanie's one that I could see rubbing some people the wrong way and maybe being the first target more than some of the guys. But you're right. If you just left it down to the guys, yeah, it probably does come down to Q and Rizzo. And now myself, as someone who knows Rizzo's game, I would leave Rizzo to stay because I think Q's more unpredictable. But they don't know Rizzo's game, so that's where you may be onto something where they take out Rizzo.
Or the boys know that Colby is liked by the girls, and they decide to target Colby.
Well, if Kobe's liked by the girls, they can't make a move on him without the girls. So it's like they're done regardless. It's kind of like, I think that's the new way I was thinking about Survivor sometimes. It's how can you make a move, right? So like if it's kind of like if the guy, like you can't target certain people without certain people. So it's kind of like if the girls like Kobe, then like Rizzo goes home, right? It's kind of that's how it works.
Yeah.
Like whoever gets to that 5, right? So 4 girls, 1 guy. Like I would love to be that guy. Yes. We have to lose 3 straight and then I go home, but I get 3 immunities and hopefully the girls break up. Then I come 3-2. I don't know. Right. Like you don't know people's mentality going into the game, but that's kind of how I would roll. Like if Rizzo's type of player that would be comfortable voting out any one of the guys, rocking out with the girls and losing 3 straight immunity challenges, hoping for some type of stuff. Like Rizzo is a player that would do that.
Yeah, Rizzo's a psychopath. He'll go with whatever.
So, but you're saying you would take Q over him. This is what I'm saying. Q is not a let me just domicile my tribe and it's cool to go to tribal type player. Rizzo is like they don't know that, but I'm saying you take out the unknown. But that's just my thought.
I will say this: for the sake of the draft in this pick, I think Q has a better chance of winning than Rizzo. I'll say that at the very least. Like I think Q's a huge target, but I think Rizzo's probably a bigger target.
And I want to root for Q. I want to root for Q this go around. I want to see Q do well. So I feel like I'm adding him to my team. I feel like he's going to do some damage. I feel like him and Kyle, they can get to the merge. Don't let him. If him and Kyle get to the merge as a duo, I think that's going to be dangerous in this game.
Yes, I agree. I think a lot of people are going to be wary of Q. So I hope a tribe switch happens quickly for him.
Stephanie's going to rub Q the wrong way, and then they're going to go after it, and then Stephanie's going to try to get Q out.
Oh,
that would be bad for Stephanie.
Well, I don't care about Stephanie. Stephanie can go first for all I care. Well,
I think it's a solid pick. Q is definitely one of the most polarizing you're going to get. I love Q, and you're right. Like now that we're away from it, and you kind of learn more about Q, his gameplay, and even his personality, you can kind of understand him a little bit better. I still don't fully understand the him quitting at various points thing, but that's because I think he's a real person who actually like drops the veil of the showman Q sometimes, and really feels bad.
No, I feel like he also genuinely is comfortable with himself outside of the game financially too, where it's like I feel like there is that balance where he is playing the game. Like his vote was for who needed the money more. Like end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody plays Survivor their style of play. And just because you're playing it, you're not trying to be, let's say, a tactician and you play doesn't mean you're a lesser Survivor player, right? You can be a Survivor player on Phil. I just think we haven't seen a player that played on Phil quite like Q. Where typically someone's in their emotions, like Carolyn is like, oh my gosh, you're like, blah, blah, blah. Q's in his emotions, but it's not perceived the same way, like,
no,
yeah.
He's not perceived as vulnerable. He's just perceived as a total wackadoodle, which is a shame.
I don't think it's that. I think there was a moment where I realized Carolyn wasn't performative, that this is actually who she is. And I never got that from Q. I just continued to think he was performative from the beginning to the end.
Oh yeah, I feel like this is a Survivor thing. I think more so now they want more personality. So I feel like there definitely were Q highlighted segments and everything like that. But I feel like also that's just kind of like if they would have put us playing bocce or us playing murder, and they were like, oh shoot, XYZ. So like I feel like it could, like I feel like that's how the show can like do those type of things where it's like, all right, I do this, but then
is that
like
Angelina?
It's Angelina and Q going at it. First challenge.
So bummed.
Yeah, it's so wild to see these people together at one time.
3 hours is gonna be a long time though, but I'll digress.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty long. But
have to be 2 tribals.
It's probably. Geez, how many people do you think are going to be gone?
I would be so sad.
I feel like 4 people the first 2 episodes.
Whew. What about the first episode? Like the first 3 hours?
Definitely 2. Definitely gotta be double tribal.
Well, that'd be cool. I wonder if something like so epic happens that they're like, listen, it needs to be a 3-hour premiere. To really
maybe 3. They can't. Maybe 3 tribals.
Ooh.
No way.
Maybe a double and a single. I don't know. They have to trim people. Like they have to get people. They have to get rid of people. Like,
well, that's the thing.
Do you think first episode though? We've never had 2 people go home in one episode before.
Well, they're gonna have to. It's 3 hours. 3 hours. You give me 1. I'm not gonna be happy. Like I don't need that much subterfuge. Like it's not that much. Yeah. So
100%.
All right, who's next pick?
Well, real quick, I want to add. I would love it if we, if this season they kind of bring back the joint tribal council for a vote. I think it'd be really cool. All these returning players, they both 2 tribes go together at once and have to vote out 1 player. I would be for this season in particular, not like any New Era season. I wouldn't want to see that, but for this one returner season, I want one of those. All right. And as far as your actual picks, so it's Lindsay. You have 2. You go back to back. Okay.
This is gonna be tough.
So it's the scoreboard right here plus Q.
All right. I'm going to go with Aubrey.
Ooh, Aubrey. Okay, the Brainiac. All right. Why Aubrey?
Well, I don't have a lot to pick from.
That's a good start.
At this point in terms of the people that I wanted. Let's see. James took Kyle from me. You took Genevieve.
Yay.
James took Charlie from me.
Charles.
Okay. And I really wanted Camilla. All right. So we're going to go with Aubrey because she almost won. And I think she's a great player. I think her and Genevieve are going to band together and really run their tribe pre-merge or pre-swap. And I think she's going to be fun to watch. So we're going to go with Aubrey. What do you think, James? Are you an Aubrey fan or not?
I mean, I feel like she played a solid game. I mean,
this is her 4th time playing.
I mean, like,
is it 4th?
All right. I think another thing for me is I feel like people that like had this under the radar like first time that played, I'm like less like appeal like with them coming back as I feel like when you play an under the radar game, it's different than playing like a big dog game or being like playing a threat game and coming back. Like it's harder to like because you come back as a threat. And that's a different game than coming back people underestimating you. People think
but confident. I think she's a legend. I think she's coming in as a legend and a threat. I don't think she's coming in as a underdog play. Oh, I think she's earned her spot.
So okay. So so the question I asked, do you want to next to her at the end?
Depends on what kind of game she played.
Do you think she will get
shit in the bed?
Will she get targeted after merge? With all the players,
she's not a target. What if she's a number for everybody? What if she's a flip flopper? What if she gets tossed around tribe to tribe and everyone's like, oh, she's just a number, and she floats through the game that way?
I think we get to. I think what happens is I think we may be at 2 tribes of 10 by next episode. But
no,
whoa, that would be so cool. Okay.
Or sometime soon. I know at 16 or something is going down to 2. But
or would have to go.
I think I mean me personally, I think it's gonna be 4-4 then down to 16.
Okay, but here's the thing. Because I was like, is there any way they make each tribe go to tribal council episode 1? But why would they stress that they weren't able to cut it down to 20 and they had to keep it to 24? If they're going to vote out a minimum of 2 people the first episode, why didn't you just drop it to 20?
I think it's cool to vote out 2 people because it's probably gonna be some form of exile. So if there's some form of exile, it's cool to take everybody out, but you still get content. You're just getting more shots on goal.
James Jones, do not get me excited.
No, I mean, like
I think I'm the only human.
You get more shots on goal, and you get double filming. It's like you have.
So that's what I think.
So yeah, I think there's going to be an exile, but I don't think it's going to be like all the way to the end. But I think you're going to get an exile where the first, 8 players are
already going to be struggling for screen time with 24 players. I mean, I think I read an article today, and they were like, we were trying to do the math.
I mean, they don't have to show the people on exile. It's just having whatever stuff is there. I mean, end of the day, it's the 50th season. It's like you want as much content as possible to possibly have, what if there's a blow up on the secondary redemption island because coach and somebody else is there first or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Aubrey makes a miraculous comeback after getting voting back XYZ. Like, I feel like that is a story, something any returning player coming back, like before the merge happens, like, because you go from 24 to 20 to 16, 15. Oh, so we're at 16, or a person comes back before you merge. Like, whatever happens, I think that's what's going to transpire. So I think that's what they're going to go do. That's my thought.
So we think there's going to be a redemption or an edge of extinction kind of thing, maybe?
Why not?
I love it.
You have to send people home. You have to send people home so quickly and rapidly. It may not be something that gets highlighted a lot, but I feel like why would they not do it?
I mean, the last go of it, I don't know if it went that well. So that's I don't know. Winners at War, it seemed like that they did that because they wanted to make sure they got a lot of content with all the winners.
I want to say it was part of their contract.
That part of it too, but think about it: more content. They need content,
yeah.
So you're gonna bite
I
the
would have been
bullet.
pissed if I didn't get a lot of Amber.
And I feel like they get a bigger budget on the 10 years. So 40, they got a bigger budget. 50, they're going to get a bigger budget. It makes sense just to do. It's you're just going to do it. They did 4 tribes before. It'll be the same thing, like having 4 crews or 4 islands. They'll be fine.
It's true. Where would we have been if we didn't see more Adam Klein content? What's the point of watching? I'm just kidding. I like Adam Klein a lot, but Boston, probably for people like Boston Rob, that no matter what, they can guarantee they see a lot of Boston Rob or Tyson or whatever. And maybe that's the same case here. Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. So second pick for Lindsay in this turn here that kicks off round 7, and we're going to blitz through.
I have another one.
You do.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I guess I need a guy, don't I? I'm going to go with Rick Devens.
Devens, all right. Well,
I love him.
That's the one.
What? It sucks because you don't like him, or because you want him?
Well, because I wanted him.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was like, wait, what?
No, I think Devens is great. He's one of those guys.
I love Devens.
When I listen to people on the internet talk about like Survivor, and listening to people on the internet about Survivor, not advisable. Rick Devens is one that they usually find annoying or a bad player, and I think he's incredible.
No, I feel like Rick is a really good player, man. Like he was definitely. I just feel like he's going to target Cerise, so I don't necessarily think that's a good strategy. But I feel like I was leaning towards picking Rick if he made it around. I mean, I think he's a personable guy. I feel like he's also unassuming. So even when you go out there, but he's unassuming, but he's competitive. He's going to want to win. I feel like
you don't think he's going to be a know-it-all?
He's on the tribe with Christian,
Emily.
I think he'll be fine. I think he's fine. I don't think. I think in this season, I think he went with the edit. In the way they played, it kind of made sense for him to go play. Like the edit is.
Yeah.
I think in Survivor, the fandom does not like confident gameplay. Like they like the player that is unsure. Oh my gosh, why am I here? I should be grateful.
The underdog, yeah.
Like the person that's like, I'm out here, like, I know where this vote's going. Like this is like why are you so cocky and arrogant? Because I'm playing hard. Like I'm playing hard. I know where these votes are going. So it's like
around these people.
They're cool with cockiness from the players they love, right?
Yeah.
But if it's a player that they have some slight then they're like, oh my gosh, they're so cocky and arrogant. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Well,
They have to be so humble when you play Survivor. But they love
You're
Boston Rob.
100% right. Like Rachel
Mhm.
Lamont can do it in 47, like break down everything, but like Devins makes fake idols and laughs about it, and they're like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, love Devins, love his game. I think he's one of those people that I don't necessarily think he will be a target come merge, but he's a Q. He is a player. He's a Rizzo. Rick Devins is a player. Like he is not going to want to come out there and not take a shot or try to do some stuff because he's not going to be part of the big guy, the big threat alliance to the end. He knows that. So at the end of the day, if you're not part of that alliance, then you're anti that alliance. So how do you kind of do that?
Mhm.
And I think there's something to say too. I mean, you all can speak to this, you know, being at Coco, unless nobody was funny. There's something to say about, you know, keeping it light and having great sense of humor. And I mean, Devins is that guy on this track. I mean, Christian's funny, but Devins is the guy.
Yeah. And Joe's going to eat it up.
Oh,
Joe's
God,
just going to eat it. Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, Devins
Two
made me
dads
laugh
together. Mhm.
maybe more than anyone in the last 15 seasons or 10 seasons.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
Yeah, Devins is great. It's kind of one of those things like I think he's one of those people that everybody's gonna look at and is like, but he's gonna have that power to try to make a move because he is gonna be good with everybody.
Mhm.
And that is also kind of sometimes an issue for any player, the ability to make a move. The hardest thing to do is not make a move sometimes.
Yeah. And it sounds like I mean, based on the one preview, he's the one talking about the Billie Eilish boomerang idol. So I don't know if he finds it. I don't know if he has anything to do with it, whatever it does, but he's the name that's associated with it right now.
Oh
so
man, Rick's a good pick. That was
he is a good pick. Well,
Mhm.
with that said, there's 5 more people on the board, James. So you have 2 picks left, but you have the next pick. And it's going to be a big one because then I have 2 after that. So hopefully you don't take who I plan to take here.
I'm gonna just go old school. Go my guy, Ozzy the Grouch. Yo, I'm just gonna have to go for it.
Wow.
The fact that Ozzy made it this long, I feel like I thought he got hurt. I don't know. I feel like he got hurt like at some point in the past. So hope he doesn't get Maddie back or anything like that. But I mean, classic Survivor. Classic guy you're going to keep around to make sure you're going to have fire, everything like that. I feel like he's going to be underestimated still, where I don't think he has the thing where he's going to be seen as a threat, you know, and that is do you want to?
Why would they see him as a threat though?
Because I was sitting next to Ozzy at the end. Was you not?
I mean,
it depends
I think
on what
you
part
and
of the
I
game.
would, but do you think these people study the game the same way?
These people are not. I feel like these are like the most least scared people. Like I think, I just literally look like I think Emily does not care. Joe does not care. Coach definitely doesn't care. Genevieve doesn't care. Savannah just wants she doesn't care. Camilla, damn shit. Like none of these players. Like Chrissy thinks she won her season. Like literally. Like
It's not that they're just going to think of him as a challenge threat.
I don't think. I think when you from a size standpoint, right? When you see like Ozzy stand next to like Joe Q,
Trust me. Yes.
he's the second or third smallest guy out there. Like Ozzy's smaller than me. So like he's at the agile stuff is great, but you know, we'll see. It's still there because Jonathan's still out there. So you got Jonathan, Kyle, Q that all would put physically above Ozzy overall.
Ooh, I wouldn't put Q above Ozzy. Although
I would put Ozzy.
We're in our mid
100% over
We're in our
every single
mid-40s.
person on his tribe.
We're in our
I'm
mid
looking at a
40s.
tribe right now. Nobody's beating him.
Q's 30 something. Ozzy mid 40s. I'm literally. We don't move like we used to.
No, Joe. I mean, Joe's a tough one to put him over right now. I mean, all time, Ozzy's the GOAT. He's number 1, but he is old now. But Joe's in that like I ran the numbers one time using this statistical breakdown some YouTube channel had named Survivor Florida. They're great. That like ranked the best of all time. Ozzy, first of all, is the number 1 for a career ever by far. But for new era people, Joe's like top 3. So it's nothing to sniff at.
Oh yeah. I mean, hey, Joe, I would Joe above Ozzy, truth be told. I mean, Joe has a more of a brute strength, which is needed in like. So you get Joe, Jonathan, and Kyle. That's just three right there that I will put above them, right? I will put D. Let's not be sexist. Give me D. Like I think D is a beast out there, right? So I feel like there are other I feel like he has enough physical cover where no one's like, oh, he's gonna be a physical threat. I feel like he has enough strategic cover where no one's gonna be like, oh, Ozzy's gonna outthink me. They're gonna look at Rick, Devin, Sari. So I feel like he has a lot of outs unless he steps up and he starts being Ozzy of Ozzy again. And it's like, oh crap, we can't let this guy win his way to the end. Like, let's get him out. I don't think if Ozzy gets to the end, he's gonna beat us. I think if Ozzy is playing an Ozzy game, is almost bad for him long term.
Ozzy's not 20 anymore, though. I mean, I think about how much energy and like, I don't know, excitement I had back then versus now. I don't know. Ozzy just seems way more chill these days.
That's what I'm saying. So like Ozzy being a chill Ozzy is a different game, right? Still competent with everything, but he's competent enough in everything. But you're not someone that, if you're a Christian, I can sit Ozzy at the end. I can sit Ozzy. He's I can sit next to you at the end type of guy, right? Yeah. Now, if Ozzy starts busting out challenges to becoming Ozzy, or if Ozzy starts being the strategic, XYZ or does a flip flop, then people will start talking to him. I think he has a chance to kind of do some things. So I like this pick late for me.
Yeah.
I think he's an interesting pick because I'm kind of curious, is Ozzy going to be physically effective like we were talking about? And if he's not, then what does he offer? If he's more chill, is he like, I don't think he's a great strategic mind, but obviously this is his
stability.
This is his fifth time playing. So
why?
If I remember right, Cook Islands, Micronesia, South Pacific, Game Changers, now this 5. And he's got more experience than anyone not named Sari, I guess. But even he and Sari had their Game Changers time together. So I wonder if that's okay. I just don't know. Like, I'm curious if it's better for Ozzy to play down his challenge ability now, if he's any good at it still, or does that make him a liability?
I don't think anybody cares about it now. I feel like it's kind of like you have players like Joe doesn't care about Ozzy. Like from a like you have like Kyle's a competitor, D1 player. Like it's kind of think like when from a competitor standpoint, like you have people out there who are going to compete. Like Christian is going to compete. If there's a puzzle at the end, Christian is going to be like I don't think people are like out there with the mentality that they're looking like at these players like they're infallible. Like I don't think these are the players. I feel like you have a bunch of first time players out there mixed in, or summer players that like really were just no. I think the closest person that really maybe in our all is like a Charlie, and Charlie is not going to care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's an awe thing. I think it's more of a can your physical ability help me at all? And I'm curious if because in the past Ozzy kind of leaned on that, I think. And now I'm not sure. Like now I'm wondering if it's more legend than reality. And if that's the case, how does he play it up or down? And whereas like I think Joe would care about that because he's a pretty physical guy. Everyone else, you're probably right. They probably don't care that much. But I don't know. I'm curious. But I think this tribe will kind of be okay. So I think it's a good late pick considering who's left on the board.
Yeah.
And kind of relating to that, actually, I was actually really afraid because when you were talking about essentially picking old dogs, I decided I'm going to pick the old dog from the Australian outback, Colby Donaldson. I'm adding him to the super fun team. And the reason why is I have no delusion. I don't think Colby's winning anything. I hate this because when I talk about Colby these days, somebody who's objectively seems like a nice guy. There was a period of time where he was one of the most famous names in like America pop culture for a little bit. Everyone knew Colby, but the game just probably passed him by. Supposedly he's very enthusiastic about being in 50. Who can blame him? I have to imagine he's going to be dragged around like a wagon by some of these players, and I'm okay with that. Wagons are going to get points in this fantasy draft. So he's kind of somebody I was targeting late in this thing. I hope some of the girls in particular on the Vatu tribe try to do that. My only fear with this pick, being straight up, he had a good relationship in Heroes versus Villains with Stephanie to start the game. And he's exactly the kind of guy who I think would go back to the well and try to, bring that back together. But I think it would be to his detriment. So I hope someone quickly scoops him up like a Kyle, like a Q, and says, no, come this way. There's poison over there. Don't go over there. And I'm hoping that's exactly what's going to happen with this man.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm very happy to take Colby Donaldson with that pick. And then since I'm at the turn, I get another pick. I don't feel very good about any of the people left, if I'm honest.
Don't blame you.
No. Considering I'm looking at the makeup of my team, I'm sad I didn't take more Blue Tribe people. You all snatched them up. You all snatched them up pretty early. I guess I'm gonna pick just like he would, and go big, go home. I'm gonna have to take my man RIZGOD Riz God Baby. I'm gonna take him to the super fun team because I don't know what else to do.
That's okay. I know.
I mean, he's a guy like we were talking about earlier of the 49 people. I think he's doomed. I think he's doomed like right away. I'm just praying they don't go to tribal right away, that Stephanie says something really stupid and she goes first. That's kind of what I'm counting on. Otherwise, maybe Rizzo could get an idol and I at least get points for that. I don't know what to think, but I think he's doomed right away.
I mean, I think Rizzo is in the very good position of being either like one of the first people voted out or going really in the game.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's a thing in Survivor where once you are very much discounted, it is very easy for you to slip under the radar. Once you are like Marianne, we can vote her out. Erica, we can throw a challenge and vote this person out, right? Gabler, it's Gabler. Who cares, right? Jam, like, it's whatever the two tries were. Forget the Tika 3. It's war between us, right? Then D comes in with a powerhouse game. Like, no, we're not doing this. Let's go to the end. And then you see a shift to now where it's like, let's just be a little more solid. So I think Rizzo has the ability to do that. I think Rizzo, will he win? I don't think he'll win. But I think if he makes it out of the first couple of votes, I think he's a player that will be good enough to adapt and won't be a target post merge, I don't think, until you try to do something crazy. Then he'll get targeted.
I agree. It's kind of like I said in my pick. It's a big go big or go home kind of pick.
Yeah.
I think chances are it's going to be a go home, but you never know. I'm hoping his natural charisma will get him through a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he gives little brother energy, I think little brother energy would be great if he goes little brother energy with Kyle and I think he can bro out with Kyle. I think he definitely can bro out with Q. He's a big sports guy. I think that will bode well for him on this tribe. I think he will be good at pointing the target at somebody else. And if someone targets him, I think it's a good way to blindside them if you don't want them in the game. For instance, if Genevieve targets Rizzo, now you can say, oh, we can now target Genevieve if you have the votes. So if he gets enough credibility with the people.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just love him. I know he cracks me up a lot. He's got
the best.
He's got a boyish charm to him that I'm hoping comes through, but yeah, we'll see. All right, so there's only 2 folks left on the board. With that said, honestly,
I'm going with Jenna.
So that was easy.
Not familiar with the game too much. I wish her nothing but the luck. I heard she was a great player. She played twice, apparently. I need to go back and remember it. I feel like this sounds bad. Take it what you want. Back when people didn't know what they were doing, like, and playing the game, like, just behaving, like, I hope I have a feeling that she's going to be kind of unknown. I mean, I don't remember seasons. It was a long time ago. Like, I feel you. I feel like the kids have done the rewatches because they didn't watch it while I was out there, right? Like, for me to go back and find like a top 10 season, like I think I did that before I went on, but like Yeah, I in the moment, yeah, but like, yeah, nah. I feel like she's probably gonna be good though.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Jenna's an interesting pick. She's probably more strategic than people care to give her credit for, based on her All-Stars appearance at least.
What season All Stars was she on?
She was on the first one, then All-Stars was season 8.
Mm-hmm.
All Stars is 8. Okay.
All-Stars is 8, and because like originally, I mean, there was a couple people, I guess, from season 1 on that one, but she actually did really well. She kind of led Rupert around by the nose for the most part.
She was a baby back then, though. It's going to be fun to watch her come back and play.
So I feel like that is a thing that I feel like the people that are coming back. Obviously, now I'm in my 40s now. I feel like the people that played when they were in their 20s and coming play now, that I think maybe viewed as older players that may not be as older, and I think they will be very relatable to a lot of people that are in the middle. Where like when you're in your 40s now, you're a linchpin between the older, like the coaches, the Christy Alvenbacks. I'm bad at that, Chrissy. I'm sorry about that, Chrissy. I don't know how old she is. But you're kind of in that in between. If you're in that like late 30s, early 40s, you're in that bridge between the youngers and the older. So interesting place to be in. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, I will say just kind of a last thing. I think a lot of Jenna, whereas, probably, I mean, obviously I didn't pick her, so I guess I didn't think that much for the sake of how she's going to do. My only reason why I didn't pick her is I have a feeling she's going to be too abrasive for this tribe. And I think she may hit the ground a little too hard, have some big ideas, and I think it's going to blow up in her face.
Yeah. I just think she's going to be the outlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
whoa. You don't have to put that name in there. Hold on. We're going to have some negotiations.
No,
we're going to talk this out.
We're
going to talk this out.
Lindsay chose her.
No, I cannot post that every week.
Lindsay said, I want Stephanie LaGrossa.
I actually did not say that at all. We need to talk about this.
She said, I want a steaming bowl of LaGrossa.
Yo. All right.
Come on, guys. All right, here's my negotiation. Take Stephanie off the board for me, and you guys get to choose the player that you think is least likely to win and put that person in place of number 22, and that's the points that I'll get.
Nah.
Deal or no deal?
Ooh. I feel like I have to say no deal.
Yeah. I feel like you got to just like. Yeah, I feel like you have to put like the little black sticky over top of it if you post it, if you're just that against it.
Okay.
If you're willing to take the 0 for it, I mean, I'm happy to distribute. If she wins the game, though, you're gonna look silly.
I mean, I feel like I don't remember her playing either, so that's just. I mean, that happened like 15 years ago. Like when I went back and when I went to go rewatch the seasons, right? I rewatched the season, but like I'm not like picking up like who else was on that season.
Well, I mean, she played 3 times before.
Are we live right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 times. That's a lot. I mean,
she played season 10, 11, and 20.
She was on Heroes. Like she was on the part like that. That was like the second Russell season, right? 20 Heroes.
Yeah, she was on Heroes versus Villains. She got voted out pretty immediately. She was aligned with Colby.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It was basically the one big alliance versus the other. Like she always blamed Rupert for like being threatened by her popularity or something, which I don't know if that's true, but
yeah, it doesn't seem all right. Put like this. I have not familiar with the game. Didn't impress me in Snakes in the Grass either. Wasn't the best reality TV work and Snakes in the Grass either.
She was on the Traders too, right?
Was she? This is not boding well. Like literally, like not even trying to be funny. Just no.
I don't think she was ever known for being too much of a great strategist. I mean, to be fair, in Guatemala, she made the final 2. She lost, and I mean, she did well, but like Palau, she's really only known for being the last one left on the most losingest tribe ever. And Heroes with Villain.
Those are things I don't respect in Survivor, yo. Like I mean, for me, I'm just saying, like there's certain like I feel like some people love the lovable underdogs, and I'm just kind of just like I like people that come in to kick butt, you know, and like take names and maybe go out a little early, but like you know, sorry, Lindsay, but I was thinking about taking Stephanie, but I felt like
I'll trade you.
There's no way I'm trading. Like I like everything I heard about Jenna's story. I'm cool with Jenna. Like I'm cool with her. I'm cool with. I did see some of her pregame a little bit, and I liked it. So I'm fine with the pick.
I will say she looks like she's ready to play hard. Jenna.
Who?
Jenna.
Oh.
Stephanie, I don't know. She seems kind of laissez-faire about it, honestly. But from what I could tell from the previews, I mean, because I've seen some like steam heat pre 50 interviews. Jenna's like got a whole strategy down on how she's going to talk to people way differently than she normally would. And she demonstrated it to the interviewer. I was like, okay, great. Whereas Stephanie, she's kind of doing like they asked like, who are you surprised not out here? And Stephanie said Mitch from 48, which is kind of a really out of left field kind of answer.
That's a comment to get a reaction like that. Like, I wish I knew how to do that during my pregame. Like I would have like gave completely different answers to. It's like what Survivor would you want to see out here? I mean, I'd have probably said like Rob C or something. Like literally, just like there's certain reaction things you say to kind of get people going or get a conversation moving. And she's not afraid to kind of like be on the other end of that conversation.
Kind of like Coach. Which, by the way, if you didn't watch his preseason interviews, oh my God. He called Ozzy a little bitch. He's like, well, Ozzy's a little bitch these days or something. And he said, I don't really know Colby. I grabbed his balls once, though.
I mean, I don't know. It's like the Dragon Slayer is like, you know, we'll see how everything goes.
That's why I had to pick him. And obviously, there's a lot of great reasons why you had to pick Stephanie, Lindsay. So I respect that.
There is nothing I respect about this pick. Let's just make it clear. For the record, I don't support the anti-Semitic comments from Stephanie. So I'm having issues with this pick, but we're gonna work through this one. So,
well, if it's any solace, the pick has been essentially given to you by James.
Thank you.
Rather than you picking. So
I know. I just have to say it.
Of course. Okay.
Yeah,
there's some controversy swirling around. Eliza, Stephanie, all that fun stuff as they do. But that's the end of the draft, folks. I mean, if you look at the teams, honestly, I feel really good about my team, especially the first half. Because I took a lot of Lindsay's picks. So it makes me feel good.
I feel like in the past drafts we've done, there was a lot of like, not a lot of distribution of color. I feel like there's some good picks, right? I mean, aside from James, I get a lot of the blue.
I have the strongest tribe. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I think blue is going
physically to strongest.
Yeah. No, I have Camilla. I have Camilla there.
You got Charlie and Kyle.
I got Charlie and Camilla. Like Kyle, Charlie and Kyle, like literally, probably are the most well-rounded players out there.
Yeah,
I think Charlie's going to take it.
I'm just worried he's going to come out a little too strong. Sometimes I worry about the people that made it all the way to Final Tribal and then didn't win. But I mean,
he's got a lot to prove. He's been crying in that shower to the Taylor Swift song for a long time.
I mean, don't we all? Don't we all?
I mean, I feel like he has something to prove, but also he's probably one of he lost like 4-3. Like he's not one of those like zero vote, 1 vote like
he lost 5-3. Just want to throw it out there.
5-3, 4 like yeah, like I mean, he got 3 votes. That's more than like a lot of people that's playing right. They're playing this.
Yeah, you're right.
Season.
Most new era.
Who has the most Final Tribal Council votes here is definitely
what is it? Mostly 510.
The winners, Charlie, and then who's next?
It's usually 710.
So you basically took all 3 winners, James.
I took one.
You got all. Oh wait, Joe.
I took Savannah.
Okay, so we have 4 winners.
There's only 3 winners on the season, so he got D and You got D.
Oh,
and
Charlie. I keep forgetting. Okay. Sorry,
yeah,
it's getting late. My brain's
Kenzie
fried.
won. Come on. Let's
Yeah.
not
I know.
relitigate
I
this.
love
Kenzie won that
Kenzie.
season.
I forgot.
No thanks
All
to you,
right.
Maria. I'm just kidding. I love Maria. Nobody dare. It wasn't her fault. She's a jury member. She can vote whoever the hell she wants to.
That's right.
Anyway,
That's right.
That's right. Yeah. And Kenzie needed the money. She's a budding mother. And she's gonna have another child soon.
She is.
Yeah, she's lovely. But yeah, so this draft is gone a while, even though it felt very quick to me, which is kind of crazy considering it's 24 people, constant talking, constant awesome breakdowns. I think from this group, which is one of the main reasons why originally I was maybe going to expand it to like a fans versus favorites and everybody got to pick 6 and moderate it. But instead I was like, you know what, this is a really thoughtful, awesome group full of commentary. So I can't say enough how much I appreciate your input, James and Lindsay. Super awesome time here.
Yeah, it was fun. Hey, here's the even more fun part. We can talk a bunch of junk to each other at the Bryson Wen event because I think all 3 of us will be there, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there. So
Wait,
yeah.
James.
I'm joking. I'm going.
Okay.
Like,
Don't play like that. Come on
Okay.
now.
All right.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be fun if we do some shit talking and maybe do like a fun little video or whatever at the pre-game event.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Because there's some other fun folks I think are going to be there. Mary Zhang.
Yeah. Who has the belt? Do I have the belt or do you have the belt?
Cass won. I don't know if he gave it to Cass, but Cass won.
Okay, well, I never gave it to her. I still got it. So
great.
She wouldn't have kept up with it. She wouldn't have taken care of it. She'd totally agree with me on that. She'd lose.
I would agree with you too on that. And I don't know. Cass I think Cass would have been like, what is this garbage in my hand?
It's not that. She would appreciate it, and she would love that it was artwork. But I have a feeling like it would get lost in a move or something. Yeah,
I'm sure she didn't pin it on her wall or anything like that. So yeah. I trust me, it's fine. I love Cass, but I totally get it. It's not a priority necessarily, but it should be because it's the freaking title.
That's right.
Anywho,
but I'm taking it.
But yeah, absolutely. Pull that up. I mean, no doubt the horse that's going to win this one for you is probably Stephanie. So I think you can feel confident about that.
Nah.
Yeah. Anyway, so to wrap this up, thank you again both. I appreciate it. I can't wait to talk a little bit more about this as the season goes along too. Maybe we'll do kind of a catch up midway through the season, which would be really fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. So thanks again. Hope you all have an amazing rest of the night. All right. Take care. All right. Good
Thank you.
Good night, everybody. Bye.